We thank thee. Amen and amen. And thank you, Mr. Jim Reeves. Although we lost you a long time ago, but you left us with a beautiful song of thanks. And we want to say thank you for living behind this beautiful song of praise and thanks. St. Lucia, good morning. It is 5 minutes after the hour of 9 o'clock, and we want to say a beautiful, beautiful Tuesday morning to you. And Brother Norbert Williams was here early at 6 o'clock to start the baton here at Sky FM, the People's Radio. We want to say thank you to the man. As always, we always want to say thank you to our beautiful people down at Grace and Mercy Ministry, Sister Palm, Pastor Wally, for always bringing us the beautiful morning devotion, and the entire membership down there at Grace and Mercy Ministries. Thank you. And we do have our London connection as well. So thank you very, very much for tuning in every single day and leaving us with the beautiful morning devotion. We will do this at this time.
Hi friends, this is Sister Anita bringing you greetings from the UK. These are challenging times, aren't they? There are lots of things going on in the world that are beyond our control. There's lots of things to be afraid of. Of course, fear is not all bad. There's good fear, which is an inbuilt survival mechanism, an emotion that protects us from real threats in our surroundings. But then there's the pointless fear, fears we let grow inside of us that do not have any basis of truth. Fear has great power over us if we let it. It's a great motivator. It can prompt us to run if we see a bull charging down the road. But then on the other hand, fear can make us do things we later regret. We may go along with a crowd and do something that we know is not right, for fear of standing out or being ridiculed. Or we may commit a crime even, because we're afraid of our partner or afraid of poverty. Most of the things which we feared would happen never actually do happen. And when it comes to God, do we have anything to fear? Should we fear his judgment? No. The Bible says there is no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus. Should we fear being abandoned by God? Nope. Surely I am with you always, to the very end of the age, the Bible tells us. Well, should we fear difficult times in our lives? Nope, not that either. The Bible says, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. We shouldn't fear any of these things. The Bible is flooded with reassurance about such matters, for those of us who have accepted Jesus as Lord and Saviour. Isaiah reassures us in chapter 43, verses 1 to 3. Fear not, for I have redeemed you. I have summoned you by name. You are mine. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. And when you pass through the rivers, they will not sweep over you. I am the Lord your God, the Holy One of Israel, your Saviour. If any of you did any English history at school, you may have heard of a famous king from the 16th century called Henry VIII. In the pictures of him, he's always very fat and well-fed. He was a proud, arrogant man. He was easily upset, totally spoilt, used to getting his own way. He was not someone you would mess with. There was a bishop at the time called Hugh Latimer. So he was bishop to Henry VIII. He was a godly man, and he was not intimidated by Henry. One day, as Latimer stood up in front of the king to preach, he said aloud, "Be careful what you say, the King of England is present." Henry no doubt puffed out his chest at such recognition. But then, after a few moments' silence, Latimer said aloud to himself, "Bishop Latimer, be careful what you say, for the King of Kings is present." Jesus, of course, the King of Kings. Henry may have been the King of England, but Jesus was King of Kings, is still the King of Kings. Christ wants to drive out all your fears. His perfect love drives out all fear. My Heavenly Father, I pray for us, your children, to accept the reassurances that you give us in your word, that you have redeemed us, you know our names, you will be with us for all time in every situation we face. Therefore, we need not fear. And I pray for those being tempted today to go along with a crowd and do something that they know is not right for fear of standing out or being ridiculed. And I pray for those today planning a crime because they're afraid of their partner or afraid of poverty. I pray you meet them, Lord Jesus. Meet them and turn them towards yourself, that they too may be relieved of their fears and come into your loving, safe arms. I pray in your name, my Saviour, Jesus Christ. Amen. Stay blessed, brothers and sisters. Bye.
All right, and thank you very much, our beautiful London connector. Thank you very much for bringing us the morning devotion. Also, thank you, Sister Pam, Pastor Wally. And don't forget, St. Lucia, coming on every last Monday of every month. We bring you the morning devotion, and we do bring you the prayer for the nation. And we want to say thank you to our beautiful people down at Grace and Mercy Ministries. St. Lucia, good morning. Welcome to the program Champagne in the Morning on a special, beautiful Tuesday morning. The sun's out. I could see some blues from my end. Some white clouds as well. It seems like we're going to have a gorgeous day as we do every single day. Welcome to the program. Good morning to you, St. Lucia.
Myself as I bow to your throne, I pray for love, joy, peace, and happiness.
Well, another beautiful morning to you. Welcome to the program Champagne in the Morning. Those of you making your way to work, those of you still trying to get to work for 9 o'clock, well, you're off just by about 8 or 9 minutes, so the supervisor may not put too much pressure on you. But if you were trying to get there for 8 o'clock, you might as well go right back home because you were running an hour and 10 minutes late. So good morning to you, St. Lucia. Welcome to the show. As always, your friendly guy, Champagne, sitting in the hot seat every morning from 9 until 1. Today we're doing some overtime. We're going up until 1 o'clock. So you have me here with you for the next 4 hours. As always, from Grosley in the north, we want to say a good morning to all of the beautiful people up there in the north in Cape State. Want to say a special good morning to my brother Cuddy up there in Cape State, who's always locked on every single day. Good morning to you, my brother. Folks at Casabar, good morning. The Grosley Village, good morning to you.
To you my praise I bring.
Bonte, Brother Peter Josie, good morning. My buddy, Brother Tony up there at Bonte, good morning. Brother Mark Fay, good morning. Brother Scotty, good morning, and all the beautiful people up there at Bonte. Boy, I see Old Military Road is beautiful, and the folks are loving it up there. The minister, the representative for Grosley, my goodness, this man has done some great works up there in the road department. So many brand new roads, so many rehabilitated roads. Bravo to the Honorable Spider-Man too.
Let it shine down on all mankind.
Good morning to the beautiful people at Rodney Bay, Rodney Heights, and Radley Orchard. Good morning. Wanjiro, Moshi, Maricel. Folks at Babano, good morning. Folks at Hill 20, good morning.
Heavenly Father,
Foasaw, good morning.
King of all kings.
Beautiful people at Forestier, good morning to you. Castries East, hometown boys in the house, good morning. Bacatel Passe, good morning to you.
And all of those who are
good morning. Mrs. Noel, good morning. Independent City, Bishop's Gap, good morning to you.
Let them be agents for
Marshall
you.
Passy, good morning. Pavi, Rendell Hill.
Yeah. And let your Holy Spirit
Jack Malay, George Charles Boulevard. Two Woods, good morning. Central Castries, good morning to all the beautiful people down there. Folks down in the south, good morning to you. Beaufort North in the house, good morning, Beaufort North. There is so, our beautiful people down there. Miss Elise, good morning to Miss Elise, Miss Bernadette. Margot, good morning. All the beautiful people of There is so, good morning to you. Anna, good morning to you up there. Beautiful people of Tioshemiku, good morning. Miku Village, good morning. Denry Valley, Super Roselle, everywhere about our beautiful country. Special good morning to you. Welcome to the program. Champagne in the morning. Belfort, good morning. But a cool breeze down there in Super. We're going to pay you a visit this coming Sunday, my brother. I hope you're having a great morning so far. Our workforce, good morning to you. Our beloved bus drivers, you guys, I always want to give you a shout out because you're a very special piece to the puzzle. Move our people around, take them to the various locations, various schools. Our school children, good morning. Our teachers, principals, janitors, everyone in the cleaning department at the various offices, good morning. The city council, good morning. The guys at works, the guys at sanitation, good morning to you. Various ministries of government, good morning. The parliamentarians and our beloved cabinet members, our Prime Minister, the Honorable Alan Shastney, my brother, good morning to you. Hope you're having a great day so far. And your beautiful mom, Miss Judy Shastney, good morning. Sir Michael, good morning to you. The Dibolays, all the people who have really worked hard to provide for our beautiful people in this country. The business sector, good morning to you. Our fishers, farmers, construction workers, good morning. Everyone, every beautiful people of our beautiful country, good morning. All right, good morning to you wherever you are. St. Lucia, welcome to the program. And last night, boy, we had a blockbuster program here with the Honorable Guy Joseph, and he unleashed the beast, and he still held back some, boy. I don't know why he did that, but he held back some stuff. So you want to tune in next Monday if you want to hear the continued information that the minister has for you. And he also said next Monday he's going to bring you a little bit of that report that was conducted, that $3 million that was spent with taxpayers' money to investigate the Honorable Guy Joseph. You want to stay tuned for that next Monday, and the Prime Minister and everybody else will be listening to this program this coming Monday. Someone said yesterday I played this song and they did not hear it, all of it, because we were interrupted by the phone. So let me try to play this song just for that individual.
Sing,
Karen Carpenter and the Carpenters, sing a song. Good morning, St. Lucia. Welcome to the program.
Sing out loud, sing out strong, sing of good things, not bad, sing of happy, not sad. Sing a song, make it simple to last your whole life long. Don't worry that it's not good enough for anyone else to hear. Just sing a song.
Sing of love.
listening pleasure of a beautiful lady that wanted to hear this one yesterday, Karen Carpenter and the Carpenters. Beautiful morning to you, San Lucio. Welcome to the program. And my lines are now turned back on, and so we are taking the calls at this time. A special good morning to you. Hello.
Special good morning, Mr. Champagne.
Good morning to you. How are you?
Not too bad. I'm not too bad.
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Champagne.
Yes.
I heard Mr. Guy Joseph's story last night,
Yes.
and I want to tell him. Okay, I want to give my part because what I'm understanding, it's like they want to tie the rope around his neck, but I do not want him to make any faux pas because what the Labour Party are planning. It is they do not have any evidence on him. So it's like they are searching for evidence. So what I'm telling Mr. Guy Joseph, the police have your complaint. And this police have a supervisor and a commissioner, Mr. Joseph. So go to the commissioner and give us the result. Go to him. Because if you do any faux pas, you're in trouble.
Well, he said he have already submitted a report. So the police now is in their hands, and they're the ones who conduct the investigation. So I don't think he really has to go to the commissioner. Maybe if there's a need to, he might go there.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, but he has submitted a report.
Okay, that's what I understood because I heard him last night.
Yes.
Now, Miss ring the bell. Ring the bell. Maka commission ba ou. Saina ki tuazo Sky FM Saina. Mwen vlo mette pligo. Et puis mwen vlo mette dewa fon. Ma vle ya di dan. Puisque si accident sa croisé. Et mwen vle pli. Ça c'est travail ring the bell. Puis moi j'ai Saina.
Qui laisse Saina qui encore là?
Oui.
Moi qui mets Saina ni comme moi me là.
Non, mais il trop petit et qui pas bon côté hier. Moi je vais mettre pas d'air puisque si on accident yo ça croisé. Et d'air pour moi yo pas croisé.
OK.
Donc Isabelle quand vous ranger pour là à Tomazo.
Oui.
Okay?
Oui.
I will. Now, Mr. Champagne.
Yes, Dudu.
I want to talk about Mr. Lambert's story. Like what he was saying on memories on the program with Mr. Herod. But when my credit is up, I will talk about it. On Thursday I will be on because I want to relate my stories because people are saying I have been raped and I am crazy, and that is not the case. So I want to be on Thursday. I'll be on and I'll be speaking about Mr. Lambert's story because it was a very interesting story on memories on Mr. Herod's show.
Yes, Saturday. All right, beautiful.
So thank you, Mr. Champagne, and I'm listening and enjoy your day.
Thank you, darling, and you as well. All right, beautiful.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Yes, and the Honorable Minister was indeed on fire last night, and he held back a little bit, so you want to tune in next Monday for the continuity of what happened here last night. All right, we have to go down to the door. Our staff is at the door, and I think he left the door unlocked, so just bear with me. I will be right back.
She's faced the hardest times you could imagine, and many times her eyes fought back the tears. And when her youthful world was about to fall in, each time her slender shoulders bore the weight of all her fears, and a sorrow no one hears still rings in midnight silence in her ears. Let her cry, for she's a lady. Let her dream, for she's a child. Let the rain fall down upon chance I should hold her, let me hold her for a time. But if allowed just one possession, I would pick her from the garden to be mine. Be careful how you touch her, for she'll awaken, and sleep's the only freedom that she knows. And when you walk into her eyes, you won't believe the way she's always paying for a debt she never owes. And a silent wind still blows that only she can hear, and so she goes. Let her cry.
Sir, I am back. I know I am back in the chair, Senushan. We at Sky FM, we have some interesting people, some interesting stories.
Yes.
I have a lady here with me who listens to me every morning. She listens to all of the programs, and you will not believe, she's 84 years of age, and she just came from doing her walking from town. Listen, St. Lucia. She walked from town to the studio, and I got a call that someone was at the door, so I went down, and it is no other than Auntie Jill. Auntie Jill, good morning to you. How are you?
I'm there.
You're fine?
I heard you talking about the pineapple.
That's right. I'm happy to see you, Auntie Jill. It's so nice to have you with us in studio.
I too.
How were you able to walk? You do a lot of walking. You're 84 years and you walk from town?
I like walking.
Wow.
I find my body through the COVID.
Yes.
I doesn't really go out, but this weekend I want to go in town.
Yes. So you live at La Panse?
No, City Gate.
City Gate. So are you walking all the way home?
Yes.
From town? At 84?
From here?
At 84 years old?
Yeah.
My
I'm
goodness.
active. I don't like to
I
stay
can
one
tell.
place.
You don't look anything like 84 though. You look way younger than that, and I guess it's
Now
because of...
I'm a twin.
Oh, you are?
Kathy's mom, but she's sick. She's
Okay.
not too well. She had a few strokes.
Oh boy, I'm so happy to see you.
I too.
Because every time I run into Kathy, say my aunt listens to you every morning. She wants to meet Champagne. She wants to meet Champagne. So,
I wanted to
so
know
I'm
you.
so happy that you could join me and listen to me. When I saw you downstairs and you said that you're Auntie Jill, I had no choice. I had to bring you into the studio to say hello to St. Lucia. So anyone you want to say hello to, it's so nice to have you with me in studio. So sweet, so sweet. I love talking to my elderly folks. So give us a little bit of history. Where did you grow up? You grew up in City Gate? Were you born at City Gate? But you grew up at City Gate or somewhere else?
No, Victor. I was living in Sanssouci.
Oh, you lived at Sanssouci when you were young?
But my mother died and whatnot. I'm a twin. You don't know the Dovey family?
I know the Dovey family.
Well, they're related to me.
Osbert, so you're Osbert Dovey.
Family.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
84 years. Wow, you don't look... Any children? Any kids?
Huh?
Any children do you have?
Yes, I have 4. 2 boys, 2 girls.
Oh yes, that's good.
You know Adrian?
Adrian, that's right, the customs
and the bigger
officer.
boy, John, and the 2 girls, Angela and Melanie, they're in the States.
Yes. Auntie Jill, you look so nice.
Before I went, I spent 6 months.
6 months in America and then you back and forth. Wow.
Maybe if it wasn't for the COVID, I go back again for a while.
So how are you able to do that? Walk so much almost every day. That is a long stretch of road to walk from Castries up into.
Good.
Yes. So
I got a transport rally, but to leave and go home, I reach in there in a twinkle of an eye.
Wow, that's amazing. Senator, I have a beautiful lady with me here this morning, Auntie Jill. She listens to Sky FM every single day, and she paid me a surprise visit. And I had to bring her up to the studios to say good morning to St. Lucia. Anything you want to say to anyone out there, let them know that you're on Sky FM. and Auntie Jill is in the house. I could tell that you're happy to be at Sky FM. It's great.
Kathy.
Kathy, good morning. Your auntie's here. She's at Sky FM. She's in studio with me. And every time I see Kathy, she say she told me something about your son had to buy your radio or something. I think your radio had a little problem. And he had to make sure he get...
As soon as I leave, I go in and listen. When it's 4:40, I done...
Dr. Secret.
Dr. Secret,
yes,
Norbert,
all the programs.
That's a nice station.
Thank you very much.
But could you believe, we're talking about... Could you believe about Philip JP and nonsense he's talking? And I wonder if it's a joke when he's saying he don't eat guava, he don't go in the supermarket, but I eat.
Well, it didn't sound like a joke.
Yes.
It didn't sound like he was joking about it. It didn't sound. So how are you treating the COVID-19, the coronavirus? I see you have your mask and everything. That is great.
Yes,
I'm
great. Sensitized, but I don't take the vaccine yet. To me, my mind don't tell me take it.
You have not taken the vaccine? Are you afraid of people?
I'm not afraid, Adrian. Although I went to my doctor, he told me he took it, so I must take it.
I think you should.
Well, maybe.
Why is there a reason why you don't want to take it? Why
no,
you just?
It's just.
Yeah, I think at your age, maybe you should try to reconsider. Try to see if you could take it at least. You know, you're 84 years, and you have to go up to that 100 mark. You know, that next 16 years, you have to be that big 100. And I know you will still be active at that age because listen to me. When I look at you, I don't see you. You look like 65 years. Mm-hmm. You look nothing close to 84. God is great. God is great. I'm happy to see you. I'm happy to see you.
I'm glad to see you too.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you. All right, well, say something before you leave. So you want to say hello to somebody, maybe your son, maybe Kathy, somebody. Yes, sir. Good morning to someone. Anybody?
Well, my children are there, even though I talk. They
probably might not there.
But Kathy, I just wanted Kathy to know.
Yes, well, I'll tell you what. Maybe she might see you on, because we're on Facebook and the internet. So later this evening, if she log onto her phone, or maybe now she might see you on a phone.
Yes,
or on TV. All right, so you think you'll give her a shot? If this one adjusted properly, this camera. So she's on? Oh, great. So you see, they can see you. All right? Well, not now because they see me, but they're not seeing you. So
champagne in the morning.
Champagne in the morning, as always. Auntie Jill, I'm really, really happy to see you.
I'd like to see you.
Yes, thank you very much. And continue to listen to Sky FM, the people's way. Are you ready to vote? You have all your ID card and everything intact?
Yes.
Where do you vote? You vote at La Clery School?
Comprehensive.
At the Comprehensive School. All right. Great stuff.
King.
But Honorable Stevenson King. All right. Beautiful. Thank you very much.
When I listen to...
There you are. There you are on TV. We will start to celebrate on election night when we get them 17-0. That's what we're aiming for.
According to Dr. Secret. You know why I'm there campaigning?
That's right. That's right. That is the aim. Well, Auntie Jill, let me say thank you very much. Let me walk you down those steep steps because our steps here are very, very steep. St. Lucia, bear with me. I will be right back in just a little bit.
She's faced the hardest times you could imagine, and many times her eyes fought back the tears. And when her youthful world was about to fall in, each time her slender shoulders bore the weight of all her fears, and a sorrow no one hears still rings in midnight silence in her ears. Let her cry, for she's afraid. Let her dream, for she's a child. Let the rain fall down upon her. She's a free and gentle flower, growing a chance I should hold her. Let me hold her for a time. But if allowed just one possession, I would pick her from the garden to be mine. Be careful how you touch her, for she'll awaken, and sleep's the only freedom.
All right, St. Lucia, I am back in the hot seat. Boy, I tell you, you know, when it comes to the elderly, I'm so excited to speak with them because they have a world of history. And I just got a surprise visit from Auntie Jill, a beautiful lady who listens to us every single day. Special good morning to you. Hello.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning to you.
I saw her and I like to see her.
And could you believe she's 84?
No. So did you deliver the message?
I'm trying to remember which one.
I sent the message on the phone, Tiroche.
Oh, yes, I did that one. I have, boy, listen to me. My phone is packed. Yes, I already took care of this one.
Okay, praise God.
Yes.
Thank you.
How are you,
Have
Miss
a
Mara?
blessed day. I'm there with you.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
All right, beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, thanks a lot. All right, yes, and Lucia cannot stop talking about Auntie Jill, and she walks from town to, she said Summersdale, is it Summersdale? Summersdale, I think it was, and she, at 84 years, she walks from Cass Street. A lot of us young people, well, when I say young people, a lot of the young people don't even want to walk from where we are into the gas station. Special good morning to you, hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, champion.
Yes, sir.
Let me tell you, that's Clive Deligny in Pebu.
Yes.
You promised to call me. But I have a lot of things to tell you. If you remember at the past, when you have the plywood city.
Plywood City, yes, 1979, yes.
Yeah, not 9, but let me tell you, but when they came there, they struggled for power, and when they came there, they taken 6 months on their salary, advance. I didn't hear nobody tell us that. You know that?
Yeah, I'm there with you.
Okay, but if you give me a call, when you call me, I have a lot of things to tell you.
And you're the gentleman from Lacouville?
Right, Pebush. They call in the Pebush.
Pebush, yes. I have your number. Yes. All right.
And don't forget
your T-shirts. Yes. Okay. I will give you a call.
2 or 3.
Okay, my brother. Beautiful. All right, thanks a lot. Well, let me say something, Senator, and you have to forgive me if sometimes I don't return your calls because, listen to me, when I get out of the radio station, my phone never stops ringing, and I'm really pleased that the people could call me to give me information, boy, but I tell you, it's a lot of text messages, it's a lot of calls almost every day. Special good morning to you. Hello? Hello?
Good morning, Champagne.
Good morning to you.
Champagne in the morning.
Yes, Champagne in the morning.
How are you?
I'm doing good, thank God. What about you?
I'm good, thank God.
Yes.
I want to send a happy birthday for my grandson.
Yes.
His name is Kalu Jean-Baptiste.
What's it, Kali?
Kalu Jean-Baptiste.
Kalu?
Kalu, yes.
Yes.
Today he has 6 years. So I want to give him the glory that God has made him to see 6 years.
Yes.
And then I want to say that God will bless him and give him long life and strength.
Yes, beautiful.
And I'd like you to play that happy birthday song for me, for him.
And that's coming from his grandma. His grandma.
That is coming from Grandma Sister Tin, better known as Martin, Francisca Jean-Baptiste, from PI, and all his family, his father, his sister, his aunt, his uncle, everybody.
Yes. All right.
Yes, wishing him good God's blessing this morning.
How is PI this morning?
Oh, Pia is very sunshine this morning.
Bon, yo di mwen PI tout seul qui ni mango vert. Qui manye masaya nan ti mango vert pour manger?
Ou champagne, vigno Pia vous êtes là ni pied mango vert.
La pani?
La pani on seul pied mango vert au Pia champagne. Ça qui va au story ça.
Mais yo di mwen c'est pas bak ni mango vert là bo oui PI c'est ça.
When Peter bus.
Ah.
Mais Pia il va ni pied mango vert. La ni pied mango, moi-même ni un pied mango mango côté moi.
Ah.
Moi ni l'autre pied mango et même connaître non.
Ou pas. OK. Eh ben pied mango vert ça mon na de il pas que personne venir boire.
Moi ni un petit pied mango vert là moi planté. Il juste commencé à fleurir, il voit 4 petits mango.
Ah.
Petit.
OK.
So, masa du ho pied mango vert.
OK, Doudou. Et ben, moi, je vais te chanter by Carlo, Jean-Baptiste.
Oui.
All right, Doudou. Ni a bonne journée. OK, bye-bye.
Champion, nous pour te travailler, j'en ai deux là, les magasins pour toi le samedi, ma carte, j'en ai dit, côté c'est nom ça, allez.
Eh ben, by la show samedi ça, because Crossfire, by Tambou, nous tirer les jeudi, et nous mettons les samedi.
Les samedi, OK.
So, samedi, on se fait ça, by la show. Après, bon Dieu.
Oui.
Nous can
Nakute every day.
Okay. All right,
okay,
merci. Bonne journée. Bye-bye. All right, the PI family, Sky FM family members down there at PI, good morning to you and good morning to everyone who's listening. Manjaba, good morning, my girlfriend. I have not heard her this morning. I hope everything is good with her. Special good morning to you. Hello.
Good morning, Champagne.
Good morning.
That's where from Burns. I want to have a secret to tell you in secret because that's your secret message.
So it's not going to be a secret if you tell me now, huh?
No, out of it because I want the thing for my sister, so I want to tell you the secret.
So you're going to call me?
Out of it for now.
Well,
for 5 minutes.
I am not. Well, we cannot really do out of air right now. But
give me your number.
Let me give you my number. It's 718.
718.
2991.
2991.
No, 718-2991.
91.
Yes, and you can call me anytime after 12, after 1 today.
Okay.
All right.
I have a secret to tell
all right,
you. That's yours.
Okay. Okay, thanks a lot.
Okay,
all right,
bye-bye.
Beautiful. All right, San Jose Sky FM, we are approaching 9:45, and good morning to you. Now, I promised you, San Lucia, that I was going to play your video. Well, it's a recording by a talk show host where someone called into that program and making some threats. We're going to take this call and then we're going to play this. A special good morning to you. Hello.
Special good morning, mi amigo.
Hey, señor, ¿cómo estás?
Está bien.
Está bien. How is everything, my brother?
Everything blessed.
All right.
Blessed.
What's going on with the South?
Well, the South kind of quiet for now.
Yes?
Kind of quiet for now.
That's good. That's good.
I heard on the news last night. They give them 68 charges for the guns and things.
Oh, yes. I heard some, 60? Was it 68?
68, yeah.
Can you believe that?
Yeah.
68 charges for 6 young men.
Yes.
6 young men. Now, I heard a lady last night, as you make mention of that, she was talking about her son, I think that was shot back in 2019. And she was talking about what is there for the young people. And if there's no provisions for the young people, that they have no alternative but to get involved in crime. Now, here's my take on that. While I may want to support some of the things she said, why is it the young women are not involved in the crime in that extent?
Yes, exactly.
That is the point. Listen to me. Why are the young women trying to find something to do? I'm not saying young women are not involved in crime. That is not what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. But it is so blatant, it is so open that all the time the killings, the shootings are being done by young men. Mm-hmm. Are we saying that the young women, are they not young? Is that what we're trying to say? Because all of the time, 99% of the times, all of what's going on in regards to crime are young men.
Yeah.
So if she had said something, should be done. Maybe there should be some form of educational programs or some form of whatever for young men. I could agree with her. But when she specified young people, you are also including young women.
Yeah.
You know?
I heard certain talk show said, well, it blaming the government because his son is involved.
Blaming the government?
Blaming the government because the government should put things in place for young kids, and he didn't send him to school. He didn't further his education, send him to school.
The government has make sure that they have the openings of schools. The government has make sure that there are hotels. The government has make sure there are avenues. Not every government in the world, no government in the world will be able to provide jobs.
What I'm saying, the talk shows should have further his son education.
Well, listen to me.
You could afford to send him to school.
When you hear people talk in that manner, you know they have an agenda, so I'm not even really crazy about talking about. I'm just saying our young men need to start thinking differently. Whoever is influencing them, they have not been influenced properly. They have been influenced really, really badly, and something has to change.
I heard your rep said on the virtual diaspora meeting.
Yeah.
That he's gonna, if he forms the government, he's gonna allocate money for both the opposition and the government. He's not gonna do like the government, you know. Like he tells the diaspora that the government is giving incentives to investors, like land, 1,000 acres of land in the south. Why can't the government do that for the diaspora as well? So he's saying that now we are one people, we are one St. Lucians, and one family. I say, he's a hypocrite.
You see, this guy is so much not in tune. He is so much not in tune because I had a beautiful lady here, the ambassador of the diaspora. She was here about a month ago. You remember this lady was there? And you see, these people are so not in tune with what is happening. There's a huge organization or an association with all the folks or the people of the diaspora.
Yep.
Okay? That are every single day in communication with the ambassador and her office. And as a matter of fact, they were supposed to have a huge conference last year. But as a result of the coronavirus, it was unable to happen. But they already had one, I think, in 2019. So these people are not even in tune with what is going on. This man is just way out of it. He's out of it. He doesn't know what's happening.
That is a hypocrisy that's in them guys. You know?
He's going to take money and give it to the members of the diaspora to invest. But that is happening. That is happening at the moment. Okay? The diaspora, there's a huge organization or an association with the members of the diaspora. And people called into the program to join in when the lady was there.
They form an association for that, right?
Of course.
To the ambassador.
Yeah, exactly.
I was listening to
It's Foster.
They are the ones who fund their own
yes. They do all the fundings of all the programs.
All the programs.
Pierre, these guys are so much not in tune with what is going on, man.
I'm going to allocate money for opposition, including the government.
Boy, I'll tell you something. The good thing for you is you have a lot of courage. The only time I listen to these people is when there's a house sitting.
No, in the news.
Oh, you heard that on the news?
News.
Okay.
I don't watch them, fellas.
Okay. No, it's not anything wrong in watching them, you know. I'm saying me, because I keep saying this here, my expectations of the opposition leaders.
I don't take part. If it's on the news, I'll watch the news.
Yeah. You know, you want to watch things that's uplifting, things that are positive, things that you would like to hear, not negativity. We don't have, St. Lucia right now, I don't think we have that time for negativity. We are on a track where we're moving this country. We may not move it the way we would love to move it, but we are on a track, we are on a path.
And another thing, last night, I heard from the office of the Prime Minister, because Nicole McDonald was on the news saying that they're going to enforce the protocol because of the rising of the coronavirus.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And what she said, like the Mother's Day and the holiday dinner. So why ignore the motorcade? Why not talk about the motorcade there?
Yeah.
The Mother's Day and the holiday couldn't bring all them things up.
What about the motorcade? I agree with you.
What about the motorcade? They exclude the motorcade.
So you're saying there was no mention of the motorcade?
Why are we talking about make it's the motorcade? The motorcade is part of the rising of the corona virus we have.
Yeah, because there were a lot of people at that motorcade.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Looking for in a mess right now, you know.
But I'll tell you something, boy. The SLP have managed to dominate the acts of violence in this country in terms of politics.
And getting away with them.
Amen. Let me ring the bell for you on that. And I said that last night. So you're saying to me, 1979 we had this unrest. We had it again where persons lost their plantations, burning up banana sheds.
Yes.
No one was put in prison. No one was held accountable. We are seeing that people are making statements.
Even the Prime Minister of the day.
So this is why I asked the minister last night, is this a political thing?
Yep.
Is it okay because it's a party against a party where the law now has no involvement with it? If that is so, let us know. Because this is a country of law. It is supposed to be run by the law of the land. So if politicians could threaten other politicians, could go into churches, could use all kind of obscenity, if that is a political thing between political members or political parties, let us know. So we will say, okay, if something happens.
And one that is organizing and creating the violence and getting away with it.
That is my point, my brother. Listen to me. I've been involved with this thing from a youngster. And I cannot recall, I'm not saying there's none, I cannot recall any UWP member casting any acts of violence on any SLP member. I am not saying it does not happen. I'm saying I cannot recall.
From the time you say you're following politics, you never heard it?
I have not heard it. I have not heard a member of parliament from the UWP threatening any member of the opposition from the SLP or even when they're in government. I'm not saying it has not happened. I'm saying I've not heard it.
But it's very rare.
Okay? I have not heard of any demonstrations organized by the UWP that has resulted in the acts of violence. I know there was the Orange March for the prices of gas. I know there was that march. I'm trying to remember when next there was one prior to that match.
Exactly.
And I cannot remember.
Exactly.
You understand?
I myself tried and think when you said about the orange. I was trying to think
what the ones before that, and I cannot, and I'm part of the party for a long time. I'm not saying they may not have been one. I'm trying to say I cannot remember any match or protest action that was taken by the UWP, and it resulted in acts of violence. I cannot remember. So if we have two major political parties from way back as 1979. Why is it that one could get away with acts of violence, statements that are inciting violence, and nothing is done about this?
No questioning, nothing.
No one is held accountable. No one has been put in for questioning. No one is interrogated. Nothing at all. And I asked that to the minister last night. The minister says, listen to me, he's a gentleman that I admire. I think he's brilliant. I still did not get the answer from him. Is this a political thing between two parties? If this is so, let the public know. So
one can do how they want.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And the other, when they do something, they have to be squeezed. They have to be squeezed. They have to be,
Because I'm telling you, had it been the Honorable Alan Shastney that had taken a gun from another colleague of his and brought it to the police station today, there would be rioting in Castries.
Yeah.
There would be rioting in Castries. Why is it is okay for one side? I have a problem with that. Are we not all St. Lucians? Doesn't the law govern or provide protection for every single St. Lucian? I would like someone to answer me these questions.
That's what I know. It's supposed to be for all St. Lucians.
Now, a gentleman called last night. I had two gentlemen that called the program. One said, if you're a licensed firearm holder, it is okay for you to have a firearm of another individual. Now, I did not know about this thing, so I did not say I agreed. I said that is information I didn't know. Another gentleman called and he said that is not so. Okay?
That's an ex-police officer. The first guy was
the first one is an ex-police officer. He said it's okay if you're a firearm license holder. It is okay. I would like someone who knows better, maybe a police officer or someone in the legal fraternity of this country.
Maybe
call me.
Maybe on Tuesday the police.
Yes. Yes.
Shed some light on that.
Inspector Chico is always listening. I know he's going to do his researches on that to find out, to bring to the St. Lucian public whether or not what transpired with the two individuals that had that gun and it was brought to the police, whether it was legal or illegal. So we're waiting for someone to let me know, or we're going to wait on Thursday.
Yeah.
But my brother, this thing has to stop. The law now needs to change in that regard, and I am asking it again one more time.
Yeah.
If it's a political thing, if it's a rivalry between two political parties where one could say things or threaten the other, let us know as citizens. So when election time comes around, we say, okay, we are expecting these things to happen because it is something between two political parties. If it is not so, then the law needs to kick in.
Yes, yeah.
The law needs to kick in and say to these people, listen to me, you guys are destroying this country, you are acting, these acts of violence need to be stopped. The police commissioner need to make a statement on these things. Anyway, Pojo, my suggest, how does Jugba say T sacrifice? What he says? Timuton alak sacrifice. That's all we have. We don't have those voices, and we could only ask the questions.
Yeah.
Anyway, my brother.
Yeah, but
well, have a good morning.
Yeah, you
all right, beautiful. All right, this is what it is, and if this is how it is, then let us know. If it is something between two political parties, let us know. We would love to know. A special good morning to you. Hello.
Special good morning, Champion.
Good morning to you, my brother.
Boy, they have you on edge.
Yes.
Boy, I listened to the Honorable Guy Joseph last night. I'm happy he said 2 reports have been submitted. So the police have no excuses now.
Yeah.
So I want to know what they are doing because...
Well, in all fairness, I don't think the police ever had an excuse. Huh? Like Inspector Chico said last Thursday, it is on the investigations.
It's on the investigation?
Yes, so it's not an excuse.
Okay, but how long this investigation?
Well, an investigation... well, you would know that, Brother Scott, even better than myself. An investigation could take some time. Huh?
Yeah, but we have examples that have been set. Okay, they arrested 2 people for
yes.
similar violation.
I knew you were going to say that. Yes.
No, that's what we.
Listen to me.
have to measure.
Listen, and I love the measuring stick that you provided, because if it was done immediately with the other 2, what's going on with this one? I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
If that's why we will continue to have violence and lack of respect for our police officers. Because the poor man is going to say, look, the politician did this, they did that, and they was not held responsible for the deeds or the act of breaking the law.
So how much time are you as a citizen is willing to give the police department, although we don't have that luxury, but how much time you as an individual would love to, could give before you see a result or hear something from the police?
As far as I'm concerned, the moment they got a written complaint by the church and by the Honorable Guy Joseph, the gentleman and his wife should be brought to the police station.
For questioning, yeah.
Immediately. And if I look last night, when you freeze that picture, I look at the side of this individual.
That's right.
There was a shape of a gun.
Oh, well, I didn't. I'm going to look out for that again.
Look at it good.
Yeah. All I know, I saw.
You see when you are saying his hands.
Yes.
Is shaped for a punch.
Yes.
If you look at the cowboy movies, when they're going to draw, that's the position of the hand.
Yeah.
I'm not saying. I'm saying it look.
It looked like. You're not sure.
Okay. I'm saying it look like.
Now I am not
the
even.
Shape I am saying is the shape of a gun.
Well, I have not looked at that, but I'm going to make sure that I take a look at it again.
Yes.
But you saw the stunt. The stunt looked like a punch was about to throw.
No, a punch to throw would be higher.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a cowboy willing to draw.
Cowboy willing to draw. Yeah. I mean, I'm laughing at this, but this is serious stuff.
Yeah.
This is really serious stuff, my friend.
I cannot understand why one political party in this country could act so violently, make threatening statements to the Prime Minister, Honorable Guy Joseph, and nothing is done. People are vocal as to what they say.
So here we have, I don't know if you're watching your TV, but we have that video on right now. And I'm trying to see if I could see what you're saying when it is frozen. Let's see. Oh, okay, well, it was not frozen. Our camera crew, we need to, after that shoving, if you could freeze that a little bit, maybe our viewers could see what Brother Scott is talking about. And Yeah, so let's take a look at it again when it's frozen. So let's see if we could see what you're saying.
No, that's not the angle. Before that.
Yeah, it's coming. It's okay. We're not getting it.
There was a shot where it was stunned, and he not there.
Yeah,
now,
I know. It's an immediate freeze. Right after the shoving, it's a freeze right after that, like a split of a second after that. Yeah. But we'll get it. We'll get it together. We'll get it.
A little again.
Yeah.
Cannot see it.
But I'll tell you something. You, myself, and all of St. Lucia, this is not a joke. This is a serious case. A gentleman...
That just need one more frame.
Yeah, there's another... Now look at that fist.
You see where last night I looked at that very closely.
You know, and we're talking about this thing because here you have an individual.
Look, you have a... Look at the man. His demeanor in the church.
You know, I don't think people have really taken this thing, pay attention to this thing the way that they should, you know. You have people going on their merry way, having a nice church service, a time of worship, and someone just come in there to terrorize. This is an act of terrorism, you know.
Of course.
Terrorism doesn't necessarily mean where you put in a bomb and you blow up churches or you blow up. Acts of terrorism is when you terrorize people, and those people were terrorized. Those people were terrorized.
As far as I'm concerned, this man cannot be forgiven by God. This is disturbing the
in a
spirit
church.
of God.
In a church.
You know, that is
in a church. You know. The man has not been brought in.
State where 2 or 3 is gathered in my name. The Most High is in the midst, you know, which means
anyway,
the Most High is a spirit and He is there.
All right. Yeah, let's see what's going to come out of it, my friend.
Well, I hope something come out.
Yeah, all of us.
You are saying, let me just give me a few seconds.
Yeah, go ahead.
You are saying something about the law for politicians.
Mm-hmm.
The politician is not above the law of this country. You know?
I'm trying to ask that question and find an answer.
It could be the prime minister that violates the law.
Yeah.
He has to go down and answer to the police force. He has to answer. If I do something that is contrary to the law, I am arrested.
You should be.
I am brought. You know, if they don't want to arrest the gentleman and his wife, the police could simply say, report to police headquarters. We want to have a talk with you as to what transpired.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the way. I think that's the way.
I don't know.
I think that's the way it's going to go. I don't think there's going to be an arrest, in my mind, based on the time frame.
Well, now, how could I defend? You know, I've always been defending the police officers.
Mm-hmm.
How can I defend them now when the poor man retaliates? Now, what would make them retaliate? Because they're seeing that people that hold position in society do more than them, and they are not even touched. They are not even spoken to.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have any evidence that these 2 people has been spoken to by a police officer.
No, we don't.
But
I'll tell you something. I'm curious to find out what was said when that gun was brought in. This is my curiosity right there. Whoever brought that gun into the sergeant or the corporal, whoever was there at the desk, I would love to know what the report was. What is the report on that? What was said? I am bringing this firearm in. It does not belong to me. It was taken from a gentleman because we saw something that we thought maybe he might act in a form of violence. I would love to know what was said into the corporal or the sergeant.
Yeah,
the St. Lucian public need to know these things.
Yeah, but Honorable Guy Joseph gave you the response of what he gathered from the police. Is either where you bought the gun, you know.
Yeah.
Or the person brings it into the police, or the police come for it.
Well, a police officer called, and I know you heard him. He said, once you hold of a firearm license, you have that right.
I don't see how that fits in, you know.
Yeah, well, we'll find out about it because I'm going to do some researches on that.
Let's hope for the betterment
Amen.
of the sake of our people
and
our country.
Mm-hmm.
These things change, and the police shows that there is justice for all.
Yeah, well, let me play something that was sent to my phone from another talk show, and you could call back and give me your views on that.
Okay.
All right, my brother, beautiful. So, St. Lucia, I'm going to hold up on the phone calls for the moment because I got someone sent me a clip on my phone sometime last week where a talk show host, someone called into a talk show and they were making, in my mind, it sounds like a threat. And so listen to what was said on sometime last week. Don't know what day it was.
A scholar. I totally agree with her. Now, I am planning something, and I don't care if it puts me in the biggest trouble because I will fight, bleed, and die for my freedom. I am fortunate that I could feed myself, but I look at my brothers and sisters in St. Lucia, and my heart goes out to them. Now, I am planning something for Rodney Bay, and that is for June, as long as the election date is not set. And I am not encouraging anyone to wear no political colors. We are wearing the national colors of St. Lucia because St. Lucians are fed up. And this administration have to call elections sooner than later. We are going to block the whole of Rodney Bay. So if his family, if Alan Chastney's family, his father, his mother, his sister, his brother has businesses, we are going to block it. The whole of St. Lucia is going to come out. You understand? And we are not going to come out by ourselves. We're going to come out man, woman, and child. Babies, children, because everybody is suffering. Point blank, period. You understand? And it's full time that this administration realize that St. Lucians have a voice. And there's only so much pressure that we could take. Thank you, Tricia. You have a very good day.
Thank you very much, sir. Do we have another call? I think, well, I think with the last caller, if you are willing, I am going to be there.
So you heard that, St. Lucia? You heard that? Listen to the response of the host. I am going to be there. So an individual, it sounds like a Bajan, it sounds like a Bajan accent to me, saying that if the elections are not, the election date is not given by June 6th, something about June 6th, that they will block off the entire Rodney Bay to prevent his mother from coming out, prevent his father. A beautiful morning to you. Hello.
Yes, good morning, sir. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, my friend. How about you?
Quite good.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see you this morning. You've had some rest, it seems.
Yeah. Boy, I need a lot more rest.
All right. There seems to be something about firearms and who can be in possession of a firearm.
Yes.
Let me just say something on a point of logic.
You sound like the caller from last night.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a recognizable voice.
Yes.
Sometimes.
Yes. Okay.
All right. For instance, if a licensed firearm belonging to a policeman is in the hands of a criminal, what offense will that criminal be charged of?
Well, he has an illegal weapon at the moment, in my mind. Isn't that what it is?
So, although it is a licensed firearm belonging to the police,
it becomes
the fact
illegal.
that the criminal has it, it becomes an unauthorized weapon in the hands of the criminal.
That is right.
That is correct. He will be charged with possession of an unlicensed firearm.
Yes.
The reason for that is because he does not have a license for that firearm.
That is right.
The same goes to a lawyer, a confidant, a wife, a child, anybody with the firearm of another person has an unlicensed firearm if the firearm does not belong to that person. You must have very justifiable reason not to be charged with possession of an unlicensed firearm if you have the firearm of another person. Anyway, this is so. I hope that can bring some clarity. Now, I want to send kudos to you and the Sky FM team.
Yeah, thank you.
Bravo to you all for raising the awareness that
an atrocious crime, very, very serious crime involving a firearm has been committed, and the inaction, or what appear to be the inaction of the police, is deafening. You know, based on the revelations by the minister last night, I will be listening to you and your team, not for investigation, but an update onto what has happened to the subject of that matter.
Right.
And I'm talking about there should be, at least in the minimum, there should be a detainment of that man and have an evaluation.
Yes.
A mental evaluation, a psychiatric evaluation, and let the public know that this man is fit to reintegrate into society.
Yes, I agree with
Other than that, all the trauma caused in the church, and maybe more is being caused by other people, caused to other people, who knows that there is a man who is mentally disturbed out there, who has done something, and it appears that the police, who is our protectors, you know, to protect and serve, appear to not be doing anything. You know?
Paula, do you see, and I know you're the gentleman who has been involved with law enforcement, do you see the investigation after a month, and a report was submitted, because the Honorable Guy Joseph said it was, immediately after the incident. So are you seeing that the investigation 1 month later has dragged?
I didn't quite get you. After a month,
I'm asking you after 1 month, because the minister said that a report was submitted. Right. Are you saying after 1 month, because Saturday, this coming Saturday, will be 1 month since the incident, are you saying that based on your experience that investigation has dragged some? Has been delayed?
Yeah, it would appear so, especially based on the silence of the investigators, the silence of the police. But of course, this is one of the tools of investigation that the police has. If the police tell you that the matter is being investigated, it is being investigated.
Exactly.
Except that there should be an update to the public as to the ongoing investigation. You know, and in that case in particular, at least there should have been a report on the mental state of a man who had a firearm, who committed an offense involving a firearm. And yes, it involved a firearm. As a matter of fact, the pushing and such in the video makes it an aggravated assault, which is very serious.
That's what it is.
Okay?
Yeah.
We do not know when the firearm was taken. We have no report of what was said to make it necessary for the police to keep the firearm. This is very serious.
It is very
From
serious.
today, I am listening for an update on what has happened, not investigation anymore, an update of the investigation. If there is fear of an unrest, because police can have intelligence that we are not privy to, if they fear that detaining Joachim Henry will bring unrest to the country, they may have a point for dragging the investigation. And even that should put more fear into the public. Because there you have a man who's almost afraid of the law. The police is almost afraid of this man. You understand what I mean?
So you're saying you believe, and based on what you're saying if this man is brought in or arrested, there may be a little bit of unrest from his supporters or his party supporters. Is that what you're saying?
I am saying something like that. But clearly I'm saying I do not know if the police has intelligence to suggest that. Why are they not bringing the man for questioning? At least on his mental state. This man is still actively seeking public office.
Yes, he is.
You know?
Yes, he is.
This is very bad. Let me see the difference between that, because I have concern about another thing. On Jubwa News, I think I can mention that. I heard that there was an incident relating to a mentally disturbed man where 2 persons were injured, a boyfriend and girlfriend. The boyfriend received injuries, and the girlfriend was shaken up.
Right.
Okay? And I heard police is actively looking for him.
Okay.
There is another incident I heard from Jukbois that Primus Hutchinson was accosted by some mentally disturbed man. Some kind of altercation ensued, and he said that Jukbois owes him as well as the Prime Minister owes him. Now, this is concerning to me if the Prime Minister is mentioned in mentally disturbed person who has made a move onto somebody. The police should look for that man. This is concerning.
It is concerning.
Now, what is the difference to these two mentally unstable individuals and Joachim Henry? I don't see much of a difference. So I am waiting, and I need talk show people like you to put the pressure on the police to come out and say something. Something other than investigation is going on.
Yes.
Something other than that. There needs to be an active, a visible, a transparent move on the part of the police to say something or do something about that matter.
Now, caller,
it is clearly seen that we have two types of citizens.
Yeah.
Those that the law can approach and tell them you committed an offense, and those that are untouchable by the law.
It is appearing that way, caller. It is appearing that way. Now, before you go, we heard that on all of last week, and we had a lot of calls into this program where persons were saying until a report is submitted, or if you go into the police station, there's nothing the police can do. Last night, we heard from the minister that a report was submitted immediately. You remember we heard that, right?
Yes.
The minister said that a report was brought in or was submitted into the police. So I am in agreement with you. Why is this thing, we have not heard anything on this for the last 3 weeks, almost 1 month. So there's no excuses now about a report. A report is out of the equation because a report was submitted.
I am waiting to hear that this man is detained either to be evaluated or as part of the investigation. Even if he is released, tell the people that you find that his mental condition is okay to return in society.
Yes.
The police need to say something.
I agree.
And this is why I asked the minister, I did call and I asked the minister, did he submit in his report that he did not want police action? Did he submit in his report that he's only making the report for record purposes only?
I remember you.
If that is not part of the statement made, this becomes more serious, so that investigation should be in progress and the police should tell the progress of the investigation. All right?
Yeah, agreed. All right, caller. Well, I know you're going to call in on Thursday. The police officers will be in studio.
Okay.
All right, have a good morning. All right, this is serious stuff. This is not a joke. This is really, really serious. We have someone that is running for office. I mean, what else can you say about it? This individual is running for public office. A beautiful morning to you. Hello.
Yes, Shambin.
Good morning.
Yes. Concerning the Bajan thing.
Yes.
That is definitely a threat.
It is a threat.
Yeah, it is a threat, and this should be investigated. It's definitely a Bajan voice, but the police here in St. Lucia should get in touch with their counterpart in Bridgetown, the police, and see if they could find out who that person is.
Yes, I agree. Now, the individual, I don't believe someone that does not have citizenship or some form of citizenship in St. Lucia would be able to make that threat. So I am of the view that this individual probably was born in Barbados or grew up in Barbados, has St. Lucian parentage, something in that effect.
No, it could be a normal Bajan person, because what
getting involved with our politics?
Yeah.
In that manner?
You could pay.
Well, I take that back, caller, because we had a parliamentarian that went over to Dominica anyway.
Yeah.
Yes.
You could pay somebody to make that call. Whilst it is a threat, but you should see what is leading to that threat.
Yeah.
The St. Lucia Labour Party and some of their supporters think that they could dictate to the Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister, when they should call an election.
But listen to what is more distasteful, caller. The host of the program, someone calling to a show, and making those types of statements in regards to a threat, blocking of theirs and preventing this man's mother from coming out of their homes and all that. The host did not even debunk that in any way or keep her silent. She said, I will be there.
But
endorsing the statement.
Because she is supporting that party.
My goodness, man. Where are we going in this country?
Because that threat has brought in Sir Michael Chastney, his wife, into the equation.
Yes, sir.
That is concerning.
Yes, sir.
But I'm telling you, that is a threat. The Labour Party and the operatives, they think they could threaten St. Lucians to submission. That can never happen.
But where is our intelligence agencies, caller? I'm not saying that the police are not on top of this, because I'm certainly sure that the police have heard this statement. I don't know what has been done at the moment, but I'm asking the question, when those statements comes out, we need to know what the police is doing, or the intelligence department, what are they doing about these statements, caller? Don't you think?
Sometimes they have to keep that confidential.
Okay, well, it's not confidential anymore.
They don't want they don't want every Tom, Dick, and Harry to know what they are doing.
Yes, I agree.
That's why you have secret agents.
Yes.
Okay, they work undercover, trying to get the information they need to report to the investigating officers, and they could now take a decision. But
the host said, I'll be there. You know, someone could never call into my program and make that statement, because from the time I'm seeing you going up in a few seconds offline, you will be stopped.
Yeah.
You will be stopped.
But some people don't care. You listen to him. This man has the courage to say people in this country is suffering.
Yeah. Can you believe it?
You just have to think he's nothing. He's either a paid individual or an operative of the St. Lucia Labour Party.
Yeah.
So they're going to say, look, man, even people in Barbados is making the statement.
Yeah.
And this is just trying to appeal to St. Lucia and say, look, man, you're not seeing that. A foreigner could see it. Because you and I don't know if he has any connection in St. Lucia. We don't know if he is of St. Lucian parentage.
Yeah. Anyway. All right, my brother.
That is something to take serious. But
cause for concerns.
Definitely. But I, in the Prime Minister's shoes, I decide when the election comes. We're not calling election when Labour Party wants it.
That's right.
For me, October.
I'm thinking the same time too.
October.
Caller, before you go, could you imagine if there was no COVID-19? You know the amount of problems that would be in St. Lucia this election? Boy, there's always a positive and a negative, you know.
Yeah.
These guys would have been every single day causing chaos in this country every single day.
Let me tell you, you could remember, you might have been young, when we had all the big bad John. When Sir John said, enough, enough.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah.
Israel came, the special squad.
Yeah. Yep.
Went out.
Yes, sir.
And you could hear a pin drop in Viewport. You could hear a pin drop.
We need such a squad again, caller. We need such a squad again. You have to set this country straight.
That are willing to see this nonsense don't happen in the country.
Yeah.
But I don't know what is preventing them from acting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks a lot, my friend. Yeah. Beautiful. Thanks for holding. Good morning. Hello. Good morning. Yes.
How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you.
I've been speaking to myself for the longest while.
Yeah, sorry about that. Someone was on the other line. How you doing, my friend?
Good, my darling. Champagne.
Yes.
Last night I tried to reach you because when Honorable Guy was on,
yeah.
Can you pause that video? I need you to watch this video, Champagne. It's true. Joachim had his gun.
I've never paid too much attention on it.
The man called earlier on, and when the man called, I clapped my hands. I'm like, okay, if I could see it, he could see it, and thousands other persons can see it. Now, the story of how the gun got away from him, I believe what he said, his anger, his willing, his action, like, this is an angry man. Angry man just act for death of people. That's my opinion on situations like what we see happened. And I'm proud and happy to hear that Mr. Joseph is actually taking action to the fact that they basically said that a report needed to be made.
Yeah.
A report has been made.
That's right.
Now, I looked at Guy. As much as Guy is a humble and a very good-hearted man, you could see this man is like, you know what, enough is being done to
Yeah.
me. Enough
Yeah, he's fed up now.
Taking it right now to the place of where I feel safe and I need action. But he didn't say he need action, because if he make a report, it's because he wants a solution to
Amen.
the problem.
That's right.
And you see that right now he's asking questions
Mhm.
as to his safety.
Yeah.
And all of that. So right now, if the man is asking for his safety, that the police officers right now need to run and get down to the bottom of
Yes. And caller, he didn't say it in so many words, but you could tell, you could read between the lines that the man is asking.
Now he's not safe. He's not
Yes.
feeling safe. He questions of he going onto the ground. You know, this man walking everywhere in the constituency, checking on what is happening, whether or not there is a flood. He doesn't always go everywhere with police officers. It's right now. It's becoming something that we cannot take anymore.
Yeah.
So right now we need a solution to this problem. But I believe Guy was the one who controlled or prevented Joachim from being arrested. And the reason why I will say so, he's a good man. He believed that this man was going through a trying time, and he believed, as he did say, that he has more information that he will release eventually.
Yes,
so
yes.
I believe God will maybe forgive him, and he was trying to be this good man and say, you know what, this man is going through a trying time. But the solution people will come out. The police will do their investigation and find him guilty.
Now, you know what I gathered?
With the law.
You know what I gathered last night? With the incident between Guy Joseph and Joachim, if it had come down to just those two people, I think the Honorable Guy Joseph would have left that alone. But you see the involvement with the entire Labour Party? I think this is what is angering Mr. Joseph. He's really angry. Yes, it's abrogating him every single day with all of the involvement of the entire party. No one has condemned what their colleague has done, and they continue to put pressure on the Honorable Guy Joseph.
It's said as a political man because, like he said last night, he has a recording to state that more of this will happen.
That more of this will happen.
More harm can you do
Can you believe it?
someone who is literally ignoring you? This man has been ignoring the people. He has been paying cool. The next day he came on your show, he didn't even want to speak about it.
Exactly.
A lot more is happening. But honestly, this video, I need you and your crew to maybe have a meeting and zoom in and get your experts. You will see how big the gun was on his right side. You
What
can see that.
what I'm going to ask our camera people to do is when they freeze that thing, to zoom it a little bit.
Yeah, take shots of it.
Yes, to zoom that thing.
See that.
Yeah, because it could also be a cell phone, I call her.
Cell phone sa pasa tel mo go. Pakwene mwe. Mi sete ni gun liale.
Yeah, we have to get down.
On him. It's high time. And let me tell you, Champagne, regardless of which party you support, it is not right.
No, should not be.
One person go to a church, he's arrested on the same day. It's going to be a month when everybody have to be calling, spending credit, calling you all over and
all
over
the time.
The same situation.
Almost 1 month.
We need to get a solution.
I
to
agree.
that because right now you could see Guy is not happy anymore.
No.
He prayed about the situation, and most likely his goodwill and his advice from the Most High telling you, you know what, sir, it is not right. It's time to take action.
Caller, let me give you the bell on that.
Stand on that as of last night.
Yes.
And I stand with him, and I know the whole constituency stands with him, because at the end of the day, you cannot take out
Enough is
the
enough.
man's peace of mind at church for nonsense about your political mileage and your lies, and you have some, like they'll call them, the six horsemen.
Yeah.
With Philip JPR is no vision, nothing at all, just doing crap all around the place.
Because
you having a
listen to this, caller. The man is going around at nights doing a little campaigning, maybe about 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock when he have the time, maybe on a Sunday. And I know for a fact that at some point it goes through his mind, if I go around that corner in the dark, is there someone waiting for me? You know, he doesn't have that freedom of moving around the constituency anymore. He might not say it to us, but you could tell. Because what happened?
The man's eyes was red last night.
Yeah, I saw that.
Eyes was red. He's frustrated.
I saw that. He is frustrated.
He's frustrated because maybe while we call in the show, screaming every day. He's meeting people daily.
Yeah.
What are you doing? What is the solution?
Yeah.
How do we fix it? How do we campaign? Look,
Yeah.
he even said that they're going to his actual canvassers and harass
Yes,
them.
and harass them.
Enough is enough.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
we know for sure. Guy will win his seat.
Oh, that
But
is
he
a
doesn't
fact.
want to win his seat with violence.
So, caller, what are you saying?
man.
Where are you as an individual regarding the law? What you think? What action you think that? I know you're not a police officer, neither am I. But what do you think should be happening right now, as of today, based on
believe-
last night's statement?
Joachim should be arrested, and I believe he will be arrested. And I believe the reason why it was taking so long for him to be arrested is because Guy is a good man.
Yeah.
He allowed him to go through his burial, to come to terms and say, you know what, I did something, I was wrong, and reach out to Guy and say, you know what, let's fix this.
Yes, I agree.
He did not do it.
That didn't
However,
happen.
to have the leader jumping on board, criticizing, lying, spreading all kind of propaganda, and you know, instigating.
Even in the House of Parliament, talk about church spinning church and all kinds of stuff. So they pouring
right
fuel
now-
on the fire.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
right now it has a different turn. This humble man that we know, this good-hearted man we
Yeah.
know, right now just want his safety in his with St. And I believe Joachim should be arrested no later before Saturday, before
All
a
right.
month. They need to arrest this man because he had his gun on him. You need to get the clip and
We're going to play the clip and
Yeah.
zoom on it a little bit.
Yes,
Yeah.
you need to do that.
Thanks a lot, caller.
No problem.
All right, beautiful. Yes, so these are the views of the people regarding the statements that were brought on last night with the program Inside Castries Southeast. Now, I have something to read out in regards to Cabot and Lucia, so stay with me a little bit. Special good morning to you. Hello.
Special good morning to you too.
Hey, George Cooper, how are you, darling?
I'm not good, but I'm okay.
All right.
Just called to say morning.
Good morning
I
to
haven't
you.
called for a while.
Yes, that's okay. We know you're still listening.
Always.
Good morning. How is your stuff going up there? Anybody yet?
No,
All right. Well, let's. They say in life we have to have a lot of patience.
I have that. That's why I'm
Beautiful.
so short.
All right. All right. Nice to hear you. Thanks a lot.
I'm okay.
All right. Beautiful. Yeah, I want to go back to this thing there with the Bajan accent person or the Bajan individual that called in. A beautiful morning to you. Hello.
Good morning, Champagne.
Good morning to you. How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you? How is your family?
My family, everybody is good. Thank God.
Okay. Well, this morning I'm just calling just to let the world know, because I know the world is listening, that the Labour Party, they based on trying to intimidate us, and that is what they based on doing, so that we'll get scared of them. But we are not scared of them.
Yeah.
Nobody is scared of them. Their party, their supporters, the threats, and all these things, nobody is afraid of
So,
them.
caller-
As a matter of fact, we are standing up for ourselves right now, and we are standing with each other, and we are united.
Now,
United we stand.
Now, I'm happy to hear that, but we are also a country of law. Now, I know you know about the history of the United Workers' Party and the SLP. When is it going to stop that the SLP will continue to dominate the UWP in terms of threats and violence and unrest? Isn't there a law that governs the country to make sure that this thing doesn't happen?
Yes, there is.
So why is it
And
not
they have
in
no
effect?
intention of stopping.
So we have a problem in our country, caller. We have a problem that stems 40 years.
And we should be taking action, but nothing is happening.
So is it going to become a point where Flambeau Saboda say, okay, Zodzav menacé nous assez, nous ka defend kon nous à présent. So,
c'est ça qui vient pour,
so
eventually.
oui, il ka vini comme ça si loi pas mettre la main. Because
Oui,
eventually, nous ka ni pour de bout pour kon nous, because nous pas qui ça qui ka result là, moun ka tapé ko yo mort, moun ka tapé ko yo blessé, et c'est comme ça pays a supposé aller.
Il pas bon qu'on il pas bon qu'on pièce. Parce que si nous y qu'on à dans stage côté nous pas ça pour encore. Nous n'y pour de bout pourquoi nous
Ek yo ja pen nou saib moi content ça on dit là si loi pas ka de bout ban nous pour défendre kon nous.
Oui. Parce que nous pas ça là qu'on nous c'est des bandes popote canet qui nous jouer en tête nous.
Bon nous ka dit ça là bon matin moun ka nous ka prêcher violence nous pas ka prêcher violence nous ka dit si loi pas ka protéger nous ni pour faire bail pour protéger kon nous.
C'est pas violence nous ka prêcher nous pas ka prêcher violence.
Non.
Bagay là c'est là nous pour nous. Ou ça, c'est pas aujourd'hui, c'est pas ça.
40 something years, Kola. C'est pas 50 years.
La dernière champagne. J'ai là-bas, oui, t'es Monsieur Mounio, c'était blanc, yo pas ça mettre un t-shirt.
Il can still fait. Moi quand ring bell là-bas Kola, il can still fait Jordi en 2021 là ni maman flambeau qui permettait gens là yo.
T-shirt, yo permettait un petit peu ça. OK? Moi pas ka voir do. Moi c'est yo non c'est premier monde qui pas aimer les yo. Plus yo voye Jordi tout ça là comment pour yo maman au côté c'est vieux route là yo ka couiller femme là, c'est vieux non.
Oui.
Yo ka lomé non moi ka shout non moi ka couiller moi tout vieux non. Tire. C'est qu'à mettre. Moi, c'était yo non c'est premier. Je là-bas, oui, qui mettait flag jaune, qui mettait posta tout partout au pays.
Voilà.
Moi, pour wash, moi, pour tout quartier bagaille.
Nous apprenons ça.
Moi, style debout, à présent. Après, yo quitté mon bat misère, moi, parce que là, ou pas paye, ou quoi montrer yo, pas paye. Là, yo te ka couiller, moi, c'est vieux non, n'a voé pas ba yo.
Oui.
OK.
Nous apprenons.
Là, yon qui tire, chilote li, net. Tout pour nous a bon débat li a te do ka ouvert ba.
Ça c'est disrespect man. Ça c'est magie, ça c'est disrespect. Et nous apprenons tout. Mais quand la écoutez ça, si c'est mon nan teni tche pour voyer caca en l'an premier ministre, écoutez ça, en premier ministre. Et c'est pas yon fois yo fait hein. Yo voyez Zekouvent là, police pas arrêter personne. Yo voyez bail qui a sorti en derrière le premier ministre, la police pas fait rien. Yo croisé ville Castri pas yon monde qui arrêté. Yo brûlé chef femme pas yon monde qui arrêté. Yo brûlé plantation femme pas. Qui les bagay ça kay du bout qui les
nous pas obligé yo du bout. Tout à nous pas obligé yo quitter nous battre misère nous. Tout à nous pas doute corps nous.
So quoi là bon bien nous tirer police station là. Voyez toute police caillou, pas payer police, et juste quitter pays sans police because non mais écoutez moi, non c'est pas ça n'a demandé moi juste qu'à jouer reference. Moi quand dit si c'est bagay ça qu'a fait et pièce loi pas interfère pièce moun pas jamais tapé ko arrêté yo pas jamais fait investigation pour arrêter moun pèd femme yo moun pèd amba yo manière moi ici la pani police si la police ça a fait moun pas tapé ko arrêté premier la pani police c'est pas police
yo pas bay police warning tout
voilà bah ça
pas warning police là tout
là non
gars fait job yo kay fait si tellement do ça c'est les bas qui power qui ni position of power in St. Lucia. Don't mind them, you know.
No,
they are intimidating everyone.
Very intimidating. Like you can parler fort. Parti yo pas mais c'est pour que la parler plus fort parce que où ça. Yo can faire vrai.
Yo si yo fait si yo fait ça yo kay fait job famille yo kay fait comment do ça. Là ni rep qui a do vomiting Flabo.
Oui.
Representative Labour.
Oui.
Qui a do vomiting Flabo champagne.
Oui.
Et qui ni quantité boys là. Pour disrupt meeting ou ça.
Ah, moi ça si oui. Moi ça.
Moi te debout derrière rep là. Là, il finit 17 heures là, quand il tell mon tel bagay, dit ça, do disrupting the meeting. I was standing right behind him. I tapped him when he was done. I tapped him on his back, and I said, "I'm very disappointed in you." And you know, he said, "What was I doing?" But and I turned my back and I left because it was sick.
Oui, là, on attend c'est bagay ça.
C'est bagay ça. On n'a qu'à représenter pays, nous. On monde qui a représenter nous. Ka instigate a bet toi ka trouble.
Bon quand là ba yo pays bon tout ça yo ka fait ça pour yo conduire pays yo ba yo pas conduire.
Yo pas ça.
Ba yo pas ça conduire pays.
Yo pas ça conduire pays.
Moun pas ça ni l'argent yo pas ramener moun pour invest yo pas faire ba yo pas ça faire rien bien.
Seul ça yo vle moun faire yo vle faire cheno malewe plus malewe. Malgré qui pas rien, il faut être papier all the time, $40 on t-shirt warm, on t-shirt sorti that. La mais yo. Yo pas laisser ici, I do votre pièce. Yes. Si c'est pour la petite Kenyan Tony, moun te ka marcher pied ni toujours.
Ah ouais. Moi ça
ou ça. Si c'est pour la petite Kenyan Tony, jeune maman pas te kanyo moto ka ou changer ça été faire les IV.
Il met de la vie.
Les rosité à Kabanuka, moto ka $3,000.
Mettez $6,000 en l'élève. Apart from duty. C'est opportunité. Oui.
Si c'est pour la petite Kenyan Tony, jeune moun pas te kay drive.
Rien. Pas de gagner rien.
Pas de gagner rien. L'on finit kou ka gou mais malewe. Ou quoi pour malewe?
Oui.
Nous pas qu'à réaliser que il est pour cette liste réaliser that this party is not for us. When I listened to Philip J. Pierre a few weeks ago on Andre Paul, and that one is saying it can buy exercise book.
Can you believe that? Can you believe that?
Moi can buy exercise book et notebook toutes les. Moi buy my bagay toutes les. Moi j'ai aller dire sur la radio ou can represent you by this.
Oui.
Never you know exercise book. Is that enough to come on radio and say that?
As a rep, 25 years.
Ou ka wap se ki moun? Champion, moi je sais laboui. Moi ka we still laboui up to a day like today.
Oui.
E gade laboui. Ga pou met son nou kan represent laboui c'est completely labor community.
Ah ouais.
Ou peut manier yo there ko deta lo? You pas rien. They have nothing to show for it.
Nothing.
Nothing. They're not ashamed.
Tichime en village là, des motos qui passent à passer.
On est pour point de passer. Bagay pas tout le side chime. La pas ni side walk côté pour bagay côté des machines par là toujours ni un problème.
Ça veut dire something else hein pour 50 years.
Dans l'état là oui, nous pas d'ouvert, nous même côté nous at a standstill. La boy is at a standstill. Pour ça qui t'a voulu me dire là tu moi.
Non, yo pas trop, yo savent c'est la vérité qui là.
C'est celle bagaille. Yo fait pas ça de février puis moi.
Non mais c'est la vérité.
Depuis moi c'est gentil maman. Papa moi, tu as du bout et puis Chadelmol. Les moi vinn commencer te savot. Moi suivre côté Chadelmol ali. OK monsieur? So qui do moi ouais, yon homme qui te kay fait. By la boïtie ya kaka ite ya. But depuis ça, ma j'ai turn back.
Et la boïtie en bel côté hein?
Yes.
Bel beach, bel côté hein?
Yes.
Bel côté hein?
Bel côté. Bel côté, bel monde, bon monde.
Bon monde, bel monde, bon monde,
okay.
Bon monde.
Labrie is one of the nicest villages. We have one of the nicest beaches. What are we doing about it?
Absolutely
not upgrading at all.
Nous pas faire.
Nous la ko détalo. Bon si nous même pas check kon nous. Nous après génération nous avons été même manière.
Oui, bah l'année pour changer. Bah l'année pour changer.
By all means. And now we have a representative, somebody that will take us forward. We have to go with him.
That's right.
We have to.
Anyway, Dudu, thanks a lot.
All how we have that man, Francisco Jean-Pierre. He will work for us.
Oh, of course.
La Guasse, c'est pas aujourd'hui yo ka promettre pour mettre en health center là. J'ai toujours. I work on the Salty Bus Road, Champion.
Yes.
And if you see Salty Bus Road, if you see that, oh my goodness.
Oh ouais, nous t'es là qui joue ça des dimanches qui passent là d'où?
Oh non, qui faut quand même faire ce l'année. On chimé au pack. Il y a 40 something years yo ka promettre au pack ni chimé.
Oui.
Me, you're just. Bradley qui just.
Oui. Ils a fait. Hein?
Why vote for a party that doesn't know if you exist?
I agree.
That doesn't care whether you go forward, backward, or you stay on a standstill. That is wrong.
It is wrong.
People are not supposed to be voting against themselves.
You're voting exactly. Let me give you the bell on that caller.
Okay. You have to vote for it to go forward. They're stagnant. Anytime Labour in power, you're stagnant.
Anytime. Every time. They be on power, pay you there.
Mais Makadou, pourquoi nous avec, c'est que c'est pas avec, mais y'all by Makadou, no amount of intimidation will stop us from going to the polls and kicking them out.
Amen. All right. Thanks a lot, caller. Have a good day. Beautiful. Well said. Well said. Thanks for holding. Good morning. Hello. Good morning. Hello. I'm doing good.
Okay. You have problems hearing me?
No, I can hear you. Go ahead. I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. Sometimes I want to say to my people in Liberia.
Yeah.
Liberians, I am very proud of you all because nowadays I'm hearing so many Liberians are calling the radio station.
Yes.
We had nothing like that before. People from Liberia, they weren't calling the radio station. But now, whenever I hear a Liberian call the radio station, I am so anxious to know who is he or who is she.
Yes.
Because that alone gives me a sign. That is a very good sign. For about 70 years, I think it's 70 years or 65 or 70 years, Labrie has been a labor community.
Yeah.
And I am calling for my people in Labrie, Laborians. Don't let tears run down my eyes. We have taken enough. As a young boy, now I am an old man, and we are still under labor. And so many labor representatives we have had in the past. Nothing has been done. You can never pinpoint your finger on anything constructive to say, well, that was done by the Labour Party administration. I am calling to my people from Labrie, Laborians, please, 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 I am begging you all, go and get your ID card. Make sure everything is in good condition. And please, I remember once I begged like that, and a woman from the country, from Bans, she said, who the hell I think I am, right? And I am telling my people, bury the hatchet. Let us turn the clock around. Let us spin the table around. Let us support Jean-Pierre. Let us vote for the UWP. Give the UWP a chance to see what they will do in Labrie for us.
Yeah.
We are the last village. Right now, we are the last village in St. Lucia. Labrie is a village that produced the most educated or highly educated people in classes. They were all from Labrie. We were never behind when it comes to education, but politics has drawn us to the grave. I'm warning my people, I'm begging you all, please, vote for UWP, vote for Francisco Jean-Pierre. Let us bury the hatchet and let us give Francisco Jean-Pierre a chance. It is about time. We are living in a new era now. Forget about the past. We have been voting for Labour all those past years, and still there are people. They are die-hard Labour. I mean, you send your children to school, and your children supposed to be educated, and said, "Mommy, Daddy, you know something? You all were wrong, you know. The Labour Party hasn't done nothing for us from the time we've been voting for them." I am, as I said, right now, I am an old man. I am an old man now, and I don't even have strength, and yet still we are still supporting Labour. Let us change the clock around, my people. Let us give Francisco Jean-Pierre a chance.
Amen.
At least watch the village and watch Deriso. Watch the amount of nice things the Prime Minister has done for the children in Micoud South. Let us try and see we can get some. There are lots of things we need. Let us give UWP a chance in Labrie.
But again, let me ask you, if you would know, what is, after 60 years of representation by the SLP, what is one of the biggest achievements that has happened down there? Would you know?
As I said earlier on, you can't pinpoint your finger on anything and say, well, that was done by the Labour Party.
Wow.
Right? It is the same old thing we have all the time, you know. If it wasn't for V4 that was close by for people to go and work in V4, we would have nothing.
I believe that.
Nothing in Labrie. You see? And I know Laborians from the time I was a little boy. I know Laborians has been working in V4 up to this present time. You know? So I'm telling my people, let us give UWP a chance so that we can achieve something, we can get something.
Yeah.
You know?
All right. Thank you, my friend. How is St. Croix this morning?
Well, St. Croix, Champagne, hot sun.
Oh, good.
You imagine every flower in the mango tree, they're all burning up. The flowers are burning up.
Wow.
In the trees, the sun is so hot.
Wow.
Right? At least in St. Lucia, you can get a little rain there and there every time, but not here. A very strictly hot sun.
Yeah, this summer, this May, it has changed a lot in St. Lucia. Nothing is dry. Everything is lush and green. We had a lot of rain in the earlier weeks of May, so it is beautiful in St. Lucia. Maybe you should come and take some breeze.
Champagne, I'm planning to come down for the summer.
Yeah.
My wife and I. But every time I'm listening to the COVID scores, the amount of cases are increasing all the time.
Yeah, it has gone back up.
And I do not. Yeah, the spike is rushing up the ladder. You know, and I want to come down. You know, I haven't been there since last Christmas or 2 Christmas. I've been away, since that time. That's the time COVID started.
Yeah.
And I want to come home. I want to come home. I love my country. I love my island. I love the lab. I love library. As the guys would say, the labs. I love the labs.
The labs, yes.
Yeah, the lab. I love the lab. That's where I'm from. Right? Champagne, there are so many things I have to say, but right now I have already taken too much of your time.
Okay.
So, some other time, Champagne.
Beautiful. Well, thanks a lot and have a great day. Say hello to the wife. All right, beautiful. That was our brother Gaines up there in St. Croix. He loves his country and he's longing to be home. Good morning to you. Hello.
Yeah, morning, Champagne.
Good morning to you, sir.
Why, Champagne?
Yeah.
Last week I called. And it's not that I will be attacking the Royal St. Lucia Police Force.
We should not.
But for me to see that thing that happened at Forestier, okay? And not even a member like the PR from the Royal St. Lucia Police Force is coming out to make a statement to say, well, this thing happened there and we've been hearing that making the news. We'll have to look into that or some other kind of thing. Until last night, listening to Guy Joseph, report was given to the police and what have you, and it's almost a month. Nothing. But let me tell you, Champagne, any part of the world, any criminal activity or harassment, and the police hear about it on news or what not, they would have gone in to find out what is really happening. So what these guys are getting paid for? Now I have a problem with that because that force is divided. It's a 50-50. You understand? You're telling me a man gone in a church where a church service was on its way and disrupting the church service, going after people and all kind of things, and nothing for that. I have a big problem with that.
I have a problem with it myself.
Look at where I am right now. If somebody say I do this, that, and the other, and hasty, you'll see how quick the police will be arriving there. If the police here, I have 30 to 40 pounds of marijuana, you'll see how fast they're going to be there. Now I'm not saying all police is the same. I want people to listen to me. Not all police. But if we have a man at the head, Gasser, he should be calling the division that doing the investigation. Boy, I've been hearing this in the news. What you'll have on this? Oh, yeah. I have a problem with that, Gasser.
What we keep hearing is the investigations. The investigations are ongoing, so this is what we're hearing.
No, Champagne, forget about invest. The public need to know. I don't care about the investigation is going. The public need to know. All over the states, look at it. The chief of police will have a press conference. They'll ask him questions, even though he does not have all the information.
Yes.
He does not know. He has to say, well, listen, we told about it. That is the reason why we're having a press briefing.
Yeah.
We don't have all the information yet.
Yes.
But we are investigating.
Yes.
You kill her there.
Now, caller, you are so right on what you're saying there, because every time I watch the news, especially the news up in Florida, you see if something happens, the chief of police come out and he tells you that the investigation is ongoing, but he would give you a little bits and pieces. Yes, you're right on that.
Let me give you another one.
People using the road all the time. We have joggers and what have you. If you go by yourself, you're jogging and somebody hits you. When you reach at the hospital, you tell the nurse or the doctor, well, you know, you was doing your little training, somebody hit you and they didn't stop. Apparently, the police get to know that. I sure they'll put out a report to say, well, that particular guy was jogging, whatever. So I'm informing the general public, if they have any information, please pass it so we could try to crack it. Police la pagadi here. But a small tin of sardine, 2 peanuts, they will put you, you know, in the calaboose for a couple of days and make you take jail. Not all police are the same. But in my opinion, the police force is 50-50.
Yeah.
And it's not supposed to be. Any party that's in power, you get a first salary, you dare to put law and order, you're supposed to buy by your constitution. And I end it there.
Thanks a lot, Caller. Beautiful. All right, the public is still not pleased with what has happened regarding this Forestier incident, and it's almost a month. And the callers want to hear something, some form of a report or statement by the authorities. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
Yeah, how are you, sir?
I'm doing good, thank you. What about you?
I'm great by God's grace.
Yeah, amen.
Let me tell you, the last caller needs to understand some fundamental things.
Mm-hmm.
As it relates to that incident in Forest, yeah.
Yeah.
Who is the virtual complainant?
The virtual complainant are the people that were there, right?
It's the church.
The church, okay.
Right? So it's only the church.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if he had threatened...
Now the church not been in the building, the occupants.
No. The organization.
Yes, right.
The organization, right? If Mr. Joachim had threatened Mr. Guy Joseph, or he had hit Mr. Guy Joseph, Mr. Guy Joseph would have been well in place to bring a charge against him. But because it happened in the church, it is the church that is supposed to bring a charge against Joachim. So the police is not to be blamed for whatever has transpired. You understand what I'm saying? So he cannot say because the police force is 50-50 that nothing has been done to Joachim. It is the church that has to bring a charge against Mr. Joachim. Now, if he knows Adventist policies, right? Adventists don't are not supposed to settle their issues in court.
Really?
So now it is incumbent upon the organization to deal with this thing. It is, and if really and truly something detrimental had happened there, then it would have been a different case. But in that situation, the church can bring Mr. Joachim and Mr. Guy Joseph together and resolve this issue, and it is no longer a court issue.
So,
are you understanding me?
Okay, so let me engage you a little bit. So an individual barge into a church where let's not even talk about a church. Let's say a wedding ceremony, a reception was happening. Let's leave the church out. So I had my wedding going on, and some guy barged into my wedding ceremony in my reception. People having fun, dancing, everything. Disrupt my wedding reception. Throw my cake away, my drinks, and you saying.
No, that's a different kettle of fish.
So so because it's the church.
You throw away your stuff. Break down your stuff. That is a different situation.
Okay, so
but the church belongs to the St. Lucia Mission of Seventh-day Adventists.
Okay.
You understand me? So it's the St. Lucia Mission of Seventh-day Adventists that can bring a charge against Mr. Joachim.
So the Honorable Guy Joseph last night on the program here, he said that he had made a report. So that is irrelevant?
So he has made a report again. He made a report, okay? He becomes, if the church files a charge against Mr. Joachim, Mr. Guy Joseph becomes a witness.
Wow.
Now, if Mr. Joachim had done something to Mr. Guy Joseph. He was well in place to bring a charge.
But caller, there's something against. There's somewhere in the law of this land where it says that you are not supposed to disrupt church services.
Exactly. You are not supposed to disrupt the church. It is an offense to disrupt the church.
Yes.
You understand me? But the church is an organization.
Okay.
So it's the organization that will take action against. Now, in that case, the church can do a number of things.
I'm reading you now.
The church can discipline Mr. Joachim. You understand me? Take disciplinary action against him. You understand me? Because whatever happens, it is supposed to be redemptive in its purpose. So a brother has committed an offense in the church, right? It is supposed to be redemptive. You are looking to redeem that brother from that fault that he has, that sin, that whatever he has committed. You understand me? And not to penalize him, because we deal with things differently. The church deals with things differently as compared to the outside. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, all right. Well, maybe I'm not going to go into a conversation
I'm sure Mr. Guy Joseph, being an elder, can shed light on whatever I have said there. You understand me?
Well, according to him last night,
we would look to redeem both of the brothers. You understand? We will look to redeem the brothers and help resolve that conflict between the brothers. The court would be the last resort for the church.
Now, I was sensing something from the minister last night, but where probably, and I'm saying probably, him and the individual could have come to some kind of a resolvement. But now he's saying it is beyond this, because the entire organization of the Labour Party are involved in this thing, and maybe this is where he sees the need for the report
well, at the end of the day, it is not a charge against the Labour Party. The Labour Party did not go in there. It's Mr. Joachim who went in there and supposed to take responsibility for whatever he has done. You understand me? It's Mr. Joachim. At the end of the day, if a case is filed, it is not filed against the Labour Party. It's filed against Mr. Joachim Henry. I'm there with you, caller. You understanding me?
Yes, I'm there with you.
Yeah, so it is. So, and I personally feel, I'm telling you that from my perspective, that after that thing had transpired, right? And I'm not talking I'm talking from a spiritual perspective.
So caller, permit me a minute, because I just got a call while we were in this conversation. So the individual was saying to me that Guy Joseph can make a report and filed lodge charges against Mr. Henry, because he was afraid for his life, because the gentleman came into the church shouting his name, asking for him.
Yes, he can do that. He can do that. You understand what I'm saying? If he feels personal damage, he can do that.
Right.
But the point of disturbance of the church can only be filed by the church.
Wow. So the other occupants, can they not file individual charges as well?
Individual charges, but the point of disturbance of the church, right? Because there are persons maybe who would say, okay, that person was traumatized. Right. You understand me? That person can file a report. You understand me? But I'm saying the charge of disturbing the church is left to the organization to bring that charge against Joachim.
All right.
You understand me? Because every church, every Adventist church belongs to the St. Lucia mission of Seventh-day Adventists.
Yeah.
Okay?
Wow.
Now I wanted to make another contribution.
Yeah, go ahead, Colin.
I'm looking at the Labrie constituency.
Yeah.
And I personally, I was somebody looking from outside, looking at Labrie. To me, Labrie is one of the communities in St. Lucia that can do or have done very well without central government.
In what way?
And I'll tell you. Labrie has a credit union. And I don't know if you've been following the credit union in Labrie.
Yeah, I know some stuff about it.
That is the credit union in St. Lucia.
Yeah.
That is a credit union that is based on empowering the people. Make things available to the people so they can get the way around the situations that life poses to them.
But also
right?
remember the credit union is a private entity, it's not government. Huh?
It is a private entity. It is the Library Credit Union that caters for the need. It's only now I think they are open up to other people. You understand me?
So your point is, let me interject for a minute. So your point is, based on what you're saying, the conditions of Labrie, and particularly the village, are you saying that it should, because of the credit union, that the village, because you know the village have not been transformed in any way. It has been the same for 40, 50 years.
No, it's not. This is not exactly accurate.
Not accurate. So what is the difference there?
Presently, as we are speaking, right, there is that new building going up in Labrie, and that is development for Labrie.
What building is that?
Oh, you don't know that. There is that new building. I'm not at liberty to mention the name of the contractor and the owner of the building, but there is that new building that is going up in Labrie right now.
Okay.
Right in the center of the village. Now, as it relates to road infrastructure, you cannot expect Labrie to have any wide roads unless they have to, break down people's houses and all of that.
So don't you call that a form of development if persons were supposed to be relocated?
Yes, they can be relocated. But I'm saying, as it stands right now, Labrie is one of the communities that I'm saying to you that I have seen people empower themselves.
And people should.
They are really empowered. People from Labrie, the farmer who's growing up in Labrie, who wants a small loan, right, to continue his production, the Labrie Credit Union makes that available. And that is what I'm talking about, community spirit, where the people are empowered and they can get them. Let's take the Micoud Eastern Credit Union for that matter, as compared to the Labrie Credit Union. I'm not saying that the Micoud Credit Union not doing things. You understand me? But the initiatives that are taken by the Labrie Credit Union, there is no other credit union on island that can match that. None whatsoever.
Caller, listen, I have been to, as a matter of fact, I was in Labrie I am saying the infrastructure in the village of Labrie. I have traveled throughout the outskirts and Bunce and these areas, beautiful communities. The village of Labrie, after 40, 50, 60 years of representation, don't you think that some kind of structural design or changes should have been made to the village, caller? I mean, let's be realistic.
The same that I think of the Micoud village, brother.
I'm not going to disagree with you.
I'm not going to disagree with you. Of the Micoud village is the same way. Imagine, Labrie has its own. Now, I don't want to go down.
Now I know this is where you are. I'm realizing you're making comparisons, and I know where you're going. But we can still talk.
No. Now that is what I'm saying. I'm going to stop right there. You and I can have that conversation off air.
Okay.
But I don't want to have that conversation on air. You understand what I'm saying?
Agreed. You could call me. We could talk.
Yeah. We will talk. We will talk about that off
Beautiful.
air, not on air.
Okay, my brother.
Arguing.
No, there's no argument. There's no argument.
We'll find common ground. Find common ground. Yeah. And you know what I admire about you I admire about you.
Yeah.
You don't turn down the people.
No. This is the People's Radio.
You are willing to engage everybody.
This is the People's Radio. As all.
Yes.
All right, my friend. Well, you have a good day.
Discussing that on air.
And we're going. You have my number. I recognize the voice now. So you give me a call.
No problem.
Okay, my brother. Beautiful. All right, great. And listen to me. We continue to make the comparisons between the various constituencies. Indeed, there are some constituencies that are better developed than others. But I'm telling you, the Labrie village needs some upgrading. Thanks for holding, caller. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Go ahead, caller. I can hear you.
Morning, Champagne.
Good morning to you. Sorry. Thanks for holding.
Wow, 12 minutes.
That's okay. This is sorry. Go ahead.
Champagne.
Yes.
The caller you were there entertaining.
The caller I was talking to.
Yes, you realized where he was going at the last minute.
I understand.
The guy telling you about how guy cannot file a charge. If the church, this is nonsense. I could have been in the church and I could file a case against Joachim.
Well, he did.
For traumatizing in the church.
Yes, he was saying the church in itself would not like to go that way, but the individuals or the occupants could have done that.
But he's trying to say that there is not Guy that have to find a friend that is the church.
Yeah.
Guy has all right because it's Guy that was the target.
Exactly. Guy was the target and Guy was the
You
threat.
understand?
Guy was on the threat because the individual came asking for Guy Joseph.
Champagne, when you see these hacks call you and they're twisting, you have to learn them early. From the beginning of this conversation, I check where he was,
Yeah, I understand.
From the beginning, I check where he was coming from.
I understand.
But you took long.
Yeah,
now,
that's okay.
what I call you for, let me tell you, that Bajan guy that calling programs, that guy is a St. Lucian Bajan living in St. Lucia.
Okay, I recognize that.
And the police need to get on that guy because that's not the first time that guy calling radio stations and talking a lot of crap
Yeah.
against the government.
Yeah. Say they're going to block off Rodney Bay and all that.
Yes, they need to get onto that guy. And to think that a host of a talk show would be backing that up.
She said, I will be there. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Go ahead, I'm there, caller.
I'm just saying, she just have to distance herself. She didn't have to make that comment on trying to...
Yeah, she compounded the statement. And that was wrong.
Because on your radio station and saying these things about the Labour Party, you sing them. Not doing there.
Yeah.
You understand? And this thing the guy said, they need to take it very seriously and don't lie down on it. I find UWP letting SLP get away with too much because if SLP was in power and UWP supporters were doing these things, you could imagine if it was Honorable Guy Joseph that had gone and attacked Joaquin.
Oh, they would have asked for his resignation a long time. Castries would be under fire.
So why is the government allowing the Labour Party like they're above the law?
And that has stemmed for 50 years now, caller. 50 years, almost.
And you mean to tell me up to now the police cannot arrest Joaquin and his wife up to this present moment? And they could go for the
and there were two
guy in the Salty Church. They could go for the other rascals.
That's right. I was just about to come there. There were two separate incidents after the Forestier incident. One of the people, one of the guys was asked for a psychiatric evaluation. But why is this one not asked to be put under psychiatric evaluation as well?
Not too much, huh?
It's crazy.
Maybe about 6.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yes, I was telling you, it's time for the government to put down their foot and stop this. All this threatening. The last time a woman talking about putting bomb on the Chasney seat and Guy's seat and all these kind of things. And what is happening?
Caller, as a citizen,
that's one thing I tell you. You see Kenny Anthony?
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I will always give Kenny Anthony his credit because if Kenny Anthony was governing St. Lucia, nobody would be making these statements and doing this, and they wouldn't be arrested and they wouldn't be made to pay. All them radio stations that talking all the nonsense and spending, all of them would have been closed down already.
So what are you saying, caller? Who are you blaming for what is happening?
I'm blaming the government, I'm blaming the police, I'm blaming my prime minister. I am blaming all of them because the Labour Party is getting away with too much and it's really, it's getting out of hand now.
Yeah.
For St. Lucian Bajan to be calling a radio station and making this kind of threats.
Can you believe it?
Come on, man.
I'm going to play it as soon as you hang up.
Have a blessing.
Yes, beautiful. Thank you, caller. And we're going to hold up on the calls for a little while because this is really something. I'm going to play that clip from a radio talk show host where a guy called in, I think some Bajan with a Bajan accent. I don't know who he is. And listen to this, St. Lucia.
Caller. I totally agree with her. Now, I am planning something, and I don't care if it puts me in the biggest trouble because I will fight, bleed, and die for my freedom. I am fortunate that I could feed myself, but I look at my brothers and sisters in St. Lucia, and my heart goes out to them. Now, I am planning something for Rodney Bay. And that is for June, as long as the election date.
Now the guy continues to use that word, that single letter word, I, okay? So I don't understand why is the police not onto this guy yet. Let's continue.
Is not set. And I am not encouraging anyone to wear no political colors. We are wearing the national colors of St. Lucia because St. Lucians are fed up. And
yeah, he says St. Lucians are fed up. Fed up of what? Fed up of what? This government has done great with the coronavirus, this pandemic that has rocked the world, has brought the world to its cause, to its knees, and this government has able to continue to have people working. Our country is open. We have a curfew of only 7 hours, and our country continues. People are at work. People are eating. There's no starvation. What is he talking about?
This administration have to call elections sooner than later. We are going to block the whole of Rodney Bay. So if his family, if Alan Chastney's family is
you heard that? If his family. So the target is not just about the government. The target is about the prime minister.
His mother, his sister, his brother has businesses. We are going to block it. The whole of St. Lucia is going to come out. You understand? And we are not going to come out by ourselves. We're going to come out man, woman, and child. Babies, children, because everybody is suffering. Point
suffering
blank,
for what?
period.
Suffering where?
You understand? And it's full time that this administration realize that St. Lucians have a voice, and there's only so much pressure that we could take.
I think
now listen to the host. Listen to the host.
You are willing.
Listen to the end of the host.
I am going to be there.
Can you believe it? So you heard what the host said? The host said, caller, if you are willing, I am going to be there. Let's take a call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Champagne. How are you?
I'm doing good, sir. Thank you.
Champagne, I've been trying to call you for a long time.
Yes, sir.
Because you had me on hold until my hold got too tight.
Oh, I'm sorry about that, my friend.
Right?
Yes.
So I tried and so on. Two things I want to talk about this morning.
Yeah.
One is that, first of all, on the subject of the church situation in Forestier, I think that there are multiple charges the police can make. One, based on the church, and the gentleman is right in one sense, but he came in there with a motive to attack an individual, and therefore the minister, Honorable Guy Joseph, has a right to press charges against him, because it's not easy to disturb somebody while they're worshiping.
Right.
And so they're compound interest. Plus the other persons that were traumatized,
right,
would have a case. That's my opinion. I'm no lawyer. I don't know. I don't know if the gentleman who called you is a lawyer.
Yeah.
But I might feel that, first of all, the church can do their bit, and if I'm attacked while I'm in church, or if I'm attempted to be attacked while I'm in church, and it is clear that the attack was on the minister, something should have been done by now. Right?
Yeah, I agree.
But I didn't really want to comment about that, but since there's so many views on that, that's my opinion.
Yeah.
Now, secondly, under the element of broadcasting, I want to say, and I heard your recording, and that's my main focus for calling you this morning, is that there are St. Lucians, Trinidadians, Grenadians, and Vincent, people all around the world that can talk more Bajan than people who are born in Barbados.
I believe that. I've heard them.
Right?
I've heard them.
So the fact that somebody has a Bajan accent is only a form of trying to either pose or pretend that he's a Barbadian.
Okay.
Now, I'm not saying he is, I'm not saying he isn't.
Not, yeah.
But I'm saying that a St. Lucian, I know St. Lucians in Barbados that have a better accent than Bajans, than Barbadians.
I agree with that.
You know?
Yeah.
From the mighty Sparrow down to
you're right.
to Norbert.
Norbert,
right?
especially, yeah.
Right. But the point that I want to caution broadcasters in St. Lucia, those who care to listen to me, is that what the recording shows is that there's an entertainment of people who want to go against the laws in St. Lucia. This lady, Tricia Lionel, is, as far as I'm concerned, has gone wayward in many counts. Right? I've been approached by her already.
Yeah.
And my view is that anybody who calls and try to incite, first of all, the question of people calling and not identifying themselves is a cowardly act.
I believe that.
If you're so strong about a situation where it implicates a riot or a attack or a prevention or blockage, roadblock, hostage, you should be man enough or woman enough to identify yourself and make known that I am Lionel Ellis and I am doing this.
Because you are for the cause. You are for the cause, yes.
But a lot of people, even on Facebook, disguise themselves because they're basically cowards. Right? If you're really so strong as you listen to that recording and hear the attempt to go against the laws or go against the police, because he hasn't got permission, he doesn't know what he's going to do, but he will bring out every solution, he'll bring out babies, he'll bring out everybody, which is a sort of foolishness anyway.
A lot of foolishness.
Right? But under the broadcasting things that I've been trained in, and you see these people that call themselves broadcasters or talk show hosts, they will allow a lot of people to talk freely under this disguise of democracy and say things against the state. And that is something that the police should be very, very concerned about. The laws of our land, you cannot allow people to say what they want and then say this is a democratic country. I will block the Prime Minister, I will cause this, I'll make all solutions come out, you'll block his family. These things, so it's a little warning not only to the station, but to also to the other stations who will be listening.
Yes.
Because if I was the Commissioner of Police, I would call in Tricia Lionel and ask her if she's willing to identify this person. Or if she knows anything, because obviously she says she'll be there, so there must be some contact. So we must be very careful how we do that in a country, because we had riots. There was a Bajan one time who, I don't know if you can remember years ago, he was heading to Barbados to take over Barbados. You know.
Really?
You know that? It was a big story. Barbados was going to... Another Abu Bakr. He was going to take over. I think he was stopped in Antigua somewhere.
Oh, yes. I remember about the stopping. Yes.
Remember that?
Yes, I remember the stopping.
So we must be very careful. But when these people are so strong in their views, and I hope he's listening, come and identify yourself. Because you made some very definite statements. You will bring out babies. You bring out everybody. You bring out everybody. Families to come. You know, that's a lot of just hogwash.
But let me say something. Let me ask you something. The statement by the host is very, very, very concerning. Well,
that's why I tell you, the immaturity of the lady. The immaturity, and you know, they get a microphone in front of them, and they talk a set of rubbish. Not only him, there are three of them. They're more than two. More than three.
My goodness.
That don't know anything of what they're doing. And you see the radio stations and the television stations that put out so-called disclaimers. This is damning. You know. We have a situation in St. Lucia which would not be tolerated anywhere else in the world. You know.
I believe that.
It would not be.
I believe
all like now, so she'd be off the air. If you look at the Dan Rathers and the people in the United States as democratic as America is.
You know who
going
stopped?
Back to Harvey Cook.
Dan Rather was stopped by the president, you know. One of the presidents, you know, for a statement that was made.
And these are renowned broadcasters, you know, with years and years and years of experience. Dan Rather was stopped. That be stopped.
Was it Obama that the statement was?
Well, I don't remember remember the details, but a number of them. It wasn't only Darama. There was the
the guy from Fox, what's his name? The famous guy had a program at 8 o'clock. What's his name? Kelly, Nelly, something like that.
There were a number of them. There were about 4 or 5 of them. With all their years of experience. These people have just got to on a radio station or TV station just 2 months ago, and they feel they're broadcasters.
I mean,
allowing a lot of injustices to happen.
When you have a caller who is going to threaten the family of a prime minister. Now, the Prime Minister is just as you and I, but you have to respect the office the man holds. His family, you're saying you're going to stop his sister, stop his father, stop his mother. I mean...
Champagne, I like to give a little bit of advice. I wouldn't even recommend that you play that.
Okay, thank you.
That's a matter for the police. The police by now should have heard it. And within the realms of the law, because I'm no policeman, see if there's anything that can be done about that.
Thank you very much on that.
In disaster preparedness, one of the things you do, and I've learned, is to stop a disaster before it even happens.
Amen. That's
if
true.
you see if you see a car going down the road swaying from left to right, you don't wait until when he hits somebody.
Yeah.
You kill himself or kill somebody before you try to stop him.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something broadcasting is talking to the citizens of the country.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're inciting violence, obstructions. It's actually breaking the law because the police have to give you permission to do that.
Exactly.
And if you're going to be bold enough to do that even before it happens, Bajan or no Bajan accent, you have that. That's something that the broadcaster, the person who is entertaining that, should be brought and should be questioned about it. At least questioned.
I believe that. You're right.
At least questioned.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Thanks a lot,
so
my friend.
That's a little bit of advice.
Thank you
okay?
very much. Yes.
Good.
All right.
Thank
Beautiful.
you.
All right. That was our brother Lionel Ellis. And I know that the voice is unique. And I'm going to take the advice because I don't think I should play it again. I have played it twice. And he's right because the statements there by this individual is not something that we would love to hear. But, I just wanted to let some of our listeners hear it. Beautiful morning to you. Hello?
Yes, something.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Why? That thing in the church there, and I agree with all what Mr. Ellis just said.
Yeah.
Even the thing, the Bajan guy, calling to block roads and threatening, I agree.
Yeah.
The police should investigate that.
Yeah, I believe that.
They should go all out and investigate. People are supposed to be brought in. You're threatening the head of state, the entire family.
Can you believe it?
I am not sure if the man is a terrorist.
Can you believe
it? But Champion, coming back to the forest thing.
Yeah.
If you have 7 days, okay, and I'm a 7 days, and we have our little miss dispute, and I think as I going downtown, Champion in that church day, and I go, and I open fire, and I kill. Everybody's saying 7 days, 7 days. What will happen after? So the church will say, they will make a report.
Yeah, I see where you're going.
I am, how they call it?
Because the church will take care of its business. Yeah, no. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is.
Understand, like I said, that's troubling me still.
Yeah, I don't know the.
Anyway, if I kill you as a brother and it happened in the church, so I set free.
Based on what the caller was saying earlier.
Yeah, but what I'm getting.
Yeah, based on what the caller was saying. Yeah.
What? But now you see me, I have to give the Adventist church a lot of pluck, and I don't care. Who vex lose? And if Mr. Guy Joseph want to take it offense, it's up to him.
Yeah, but we don't want to. We don't want to.
Adventist church.
Yeah, but we don't want to disrespect any denomination, So.
No, I'm not disrespecting them. But you see me, I pulling away from that church.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
My nieces and them could go. I refraining from that church. End of quote.
All right. All right, caller, thanks a lot. Now, I don't know the operations of the Adventist Church, and the caller had me really baffled because I was trying to figure out why would some form of criminal activity happens in the church and it has to be swept under the rug because it's the operations of the church. Where is the law in everything? I could not understand it. So, anyway. Hello, good morning. Thanks for holding, caller. Hello?
Good morning, somebody.
Good morning to you, sir.
Boy, my heart bleeding, my boy.
Why is that?
Yeah, man, my heart bleeding to see this country going like that, man. So many things people doing what they want, going on television and see what they want, and nothing happening for that.
That is my point, caller. That is my point.
And from the time Dr. Kenny and Tony get in politics in St. Lucia just going down to the dream universe.
Let me ring the bell for you on that. And this is a fact. 1997 was the demise of this country. 1997. When this guy split this country wide open, right down the middle. It is a fact. And as long as these people remain in the active politics of this country, we will continue to have a problem. This is why we need to vote every single one of these guys. And I hear people talk about Labrie. We need to get rid of the Labrie. Listen to me. Labrie has to go as well. It has to be 17-0 for this country to be rid of this problem for a little while. Trust me, because I know they're going to regroup, because this is what they're about. They're like a pack of hyenas. You ever watch hyenas with lions? They know the lions could kill them.
I am all the time I watch that on national.
So they know the lions.
I don't understand. And I hear Joker. I hear Joker a while ago talking about Labrie don't need this, Labrie don't need that. Labrie credit union. That's money that Joker, man, a young man like him must have been getting a little thing from Alva. I tell you, the little country was going so nice after election finished. Everybody getting back to normal, everybody getting to one another. Everything nice.
Yes, sir.
But from the time Kenny and Tony come on this island and Kenny end up with this politics, the man will put a division between St. Lucian. All we are one. We are St. Lucian together. There are nowhere that we have to be that one against that one against that one. This is just not good, man. That ain't going good at all. The outside world is paying us out, and they say it's a shame in this country, man.
Caller, so how do we change it in your opinion? How do we change this?
Boy, but I have nothing much to say. I could tell you, Champagne, you see after the election, WP win, you will see great change in this country, and I bet in my bottom dollar.
Thank you on that, caller. I believe that myself. We need to give the
mandate. Jumping up.
Yeah,
don't worry with them jumping up, doing all the nastiness and everything. You see the Prime Minister talking and saying a word?
That's right.
Don't worry. After the election, you're going to see what happens in this country.
Yes, caller. Yes.
Like an iron.
You are bright, boy. You are a bright guy. Thank you very much, my friend.
Anyway, you take care for my
All right, have a good one. And the caller took it right out of my mouth, because I know something is coming. This country is going to be changed. Trust me on that call. I know it for a fact. No one has said anything to me. I just feel it in my heart. A beautiful morning to you. Hello.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Mr. Champagne.
Good morning.
You know why you cannot identify the hack from them? You just engage people too in a hurry. You must give people a little chance to speak. You just make more contribution than the person who...
Now listen to me. Listen to this. I know who the individual was. I thought I was listening to someone different, but I knew he was at the end. I knew he was.
Let me say that to you again. And here's what I want you to do. I want you to observe Mr. Shasner and Mr. Josie's program. And watch how these men operate. These men listen. And after they comment. When people making their
contributions.
Allow them to go. Take, for instance, remember the fellow with the watermelon? He tell you about you cut the watermelon, inside it yellow, the next one red.
Right. Outside is yellow and inside is red. Hello? Okay, so I think I lost my caller. Now listen to me. I am not one that doesn't take advices. I'm the host or the moderator. Someone engaged me with the call, and maybe I could get into the call. If you allow someone to go off, sometimes they tell you hello, they think that you're not paying attention. So I pay attention. But the caller is right. I'm not one that... Hello, good morning. Hello.
Good morning, Champagne. How are you?
I'm doing good, sir. Thank you.
Yes, my brother. First of all, let me big up Choiseul Colports.
Yes.
For beating the mighty Biku Eagles in the T10 competition. Yes. I want to congratulate them.
Yes.
They came from nowhere, and they were able to stand up to the mighty Eagles and win them.
Yes.
So sorry about Darren Sammy. I mean, he was disappointed, but big up to the Choiseul Colports.
That's right.
On the matter of this Bajan sounding guy, those guys are all cowards. They are all cowards, first of all. Secondly, I think Trisha needs to. I agree with the callers that called before. Trisha needs to come out and see who this person is, because obviously she knows the guy, because she agreed to be with him if he wants to do it. And I mean, without seeking permission or anything like that. No, if they were not cowards, they would mobilize their people, they would do their thing, seek permission, and then do their thing. But they want to incite some kind of civil unrest in this country before the elections. The guy should know fully well that, first of all, elections is not due on the 6th of June. That's the first thing.
Right.
Secondly, the parliament does not have to be dissolved on the 6th of June. It is up to Kenny Anthony that decided that he was going to dissolve parliament months and years before, or a year before elections. That is up to him. He was the Prime Minister at the time. He has the prerogative to do that.
Right.
However, the Parliament does not have to be dissolved by the 6th of June. He should know that legally. The Parliament will be dissolved automatically on the 12th of July. This was the first meeting of the House of Assembly. Thirdly, elections does not have to be called on the 12th of July either. The Prime Minister has, by the Constitution, he is given 3 additional months of grace.
Yes.
In order to call elections
after the
within
first
that
House
time.
sitting. Yes.
If he wants to go beyond the 12th of October, then he needs to come to the House and seek permission to do so. But he has that prerogative to call elections anywhere between the 12th of July and the 12th of October. No one can dictate when he should do that, because that is the Constitution.
That is what it is.
Until we decide on a permanent date, on a fixed date for calling elections. When we do that, then he has a leg to stand on. But this kind of situation where he's on public media, national, international, as a matter of fact, this is going to the international world.
Yes.
And you are going to tell the Prime Minister that you're going to block his way.
Yeah. His family.
That's a threat.
It is
a threat. You're going to block his family from going home. The police must do something. And if the police does not do anything, I will take it that the police is biased towards that particular party. I cannot see this thing happen in the Adventist Church. Okay, fine. The wheels of justice grind slowly. That's what they've said. And I don't know what the police is doing outside of public knowledge as to what has gone on in the Adventist Church. I don't know what the Adventist Church has said to the police or anything like that. So let's leave that to the police to continue. But Mr. Guy Joseph has said that he has submitted a report, and so has some other people in the church. And so if the police is working on that, let them do so. But Tricia Lionel must be brought in. This is not the first time that she has made statements, or she has agreed with statements that incites violence and civil unrest. I think the idea of involving babies and children in this kind of thing, this guy must be brought in for question.
I agree with that.
There's no way that we can stand aside and watch this kind of thing happen, where you are going to involve children and babies in your disobedience, and expect the country to just stand aside and watch you do this foolishness.
You know,
this guy is ignorant. He has no idea what he's talking about. He's a coward, and he and his bunch of people who want to have civil unrest in this country, wherever he came from, he should pack his bags and leave. Because St. Lucia will not stand for this kind of foolishness. We've taken this foolishness long enough. Long enough. I'm not inciting any violence. I'm not saying we have to take revenge. But we have law and order in this country. And the law and order has to act to stop whatever is likely to happen before it actually happens. Brother Ellis made a very valid point. We have to stop a disaster before it happens.
That is true.
We can't let it happen and then try to stop it. Look at what happened in 79 with the Plywood City.
Yeah.
And certain Labour Party elements at the time had the power to stop what was going on. And they didn't. They allowed the city to be broken down and looting and stuff like that. Do we want to go back to that kind of thing? The guys are so jealous of what is happening at Rodney Bay that they must make reference to Rodney Bay.
That's right.
They cannot take it.
That's right.
It's hard for them to swallow.
Yeah.
You come down by Volney, and from the time you reach there, you see a transformation of Rodney Bay. A complete transformation. I mean, I hear Labour Party people, Labour Party stalwarts saying that the next roundabout that is being prepared there is unnecessary. I mean, how can she say that when you have this kind of traffic congestion on that highway? I would have loved to see flyovers instead. Yes, I would have loved to see flyovers. That is really modernizing the place. But I'm saying the government is taking the initiative to do something that will most likely reduce the congestion. You're saying that is unnecessary. And it's just a bunch, it's just jealousy. They're seeing the progress that is taking place in this country, the transformation that is being done of the North. Look at the thing against opposite the gas station by the fire station.
Yeah.
I mean, you have this area there, and I mean, this is
the food court. Yeah, the food court.
COVID is on, so you have a curfew on from 9 to 4. So there's nothing really going on to say there is much going on there now. But just imagine after COVID, what is going to be happening up there. With closing at night and all that and so on.
And jazz and everything else.
You can see the transformation taking place, and they're jealous. They're jealous. They could not come up with that vision. They could not do it, so they're jealous. And this guy who says that, he should be brought in for questioning, and they should find out what is happening behind the scene. What are they planning? What are they actually planning?
Exactly.
Okay?
Thank you, my friend.
I just wanted to make that point.
All right.
Okay.
Beautiful. Have a good day. All right, beautiful. All right. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Morning.
Good morning, sir.
I talk to long. Jumping.
Yeah.
I had seen that the government hanging them ad to make money. How you feel the government give you ad to make money when everything the government do, good, bad, why is the government give you ad to make money?
The government not giving them ad to make money?
Money, yeah.
We don't have any ads there, and we're not anti-government. I mean, you know, people just yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you have nothing good to say, nothing positive to say about the government, but you want their money. That's unbelievable, eh? All right, my friend, thank you. All right, beautiful. Hello, good morning. Hello. Hello, good morning. All right, so we lost this one. Boy, I tell you, it's something. What people want, they're not giving them ad to make money. I didn't hear the statement myself, but the caller said that the guys at NBC are asking, they're saying that the government is not giving them any ads to make money. We're not getting any ads. Hello, good morning.
Hey, Champagne, good afternoon. Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
I believe it sounds or it looks like the opposition has more power than the government.
Why would you say that?
Because so many things that has happened between this lady that calls and says she'll be there, pertaining to what will be happening in blocking the prime minister and all of that.
Yeah.
Somebody has to be somewhere locked up or something for all this what is happening. You understand?
Yeah, this is...
It looks like the government, this opposition has more power than the government itself.
Well, the government is the executive. They don't get involved with the laws of the land in that regard. Meaning the police. The police has their duties. The government has their duties.
I mean, the police showing that it looks like the opposition is the government, and they're telling them or advising them how or what to do. That's how I see it. You understand? And this is bad. It makes everybody in this country look like warriors or gangsters or whatever it is.
So what would you like to see or hear from the police caller?
Well, I would like to see or hear that the police do what is or supposed to do by stopping or putting all these people who causing all this violence and all what is happening. Have them to be questioned, even the leader of the opposition himself. Because he is part of all that too. Let's admit it. Let's admit that. Who is causing all this violence? How it is becoming? People getting shot over there. This is happening here. That is happening there. Why? A beautiful country like this country, people living overseas, come in and live here, enjoy what we have here. There are so many people who would love to have what we have here over in their country. Like Barbados and Vincent and all the other countries. I would love to see a lot more that the police get themselves out there and do what's supposed to be done pertaining to this, and let's see that the government or the opposition do what they have to do and stop this violence.
All right. Thank you, caller. I would love to see that myself. Have a good day.
Yeah, you too.
All right, beautiful. Hello, good morning. Hello?
Okay.
I can hear you. Go ahead, caller. Good morning. Caller, go ahead. I can hear you. All right, so we lost this one. Hello, good morning.
Morning, Champagne. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, sir. Good morning.
All right. How's the day going?
Day's going good. You know, as always, Sky FM, the phones never stop ringing.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's why we got to push for a raise.
a ridden. Push for a ridden.
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
With regard to the church invasion.
Yeah.
And the number of other incidents we've heard since then. And the rhetoric that has been coming from the St. Lucia Labour Party, and always the undertones in some disguise or some veiled reference to violence. We'd fight you.
Yeah.
And remember, I always say that there needs to be more responsibility from the St. Lucia Labour Party in how they phrase things. We have showed for revolution and we're taking our country back.
Yeah.
And all of these statements that are being made. And all that it takes is for one person to go the wrong way, to think the wrong way, to be of unsound mind. And what we see in the copycats, and I don't know if it is the hope, if it is the expectation, if it is deliberate, that somehow there will be some plausible deniability to say, well, we didn't say so, you know, we didn't have anybody to do that. But the rhetoric and the underlying tones in almost everything these guys say is a reference, is a suggestion of some sort of uproar, some sort of violence, some sort of conflict, some sort of destabilization, some sort of reference to revolution. It is inevitable that there is going to be some person who's going to latch on to what these guys say and believe that is the thinking, and that they have to earn some type of kudos, that they have to in some way reflect or to show that, yeah man, I'm going by what you all say. And look at what we have now. People who are of unsound mind and people who we may believe are of sound mind acting out the very same things, the very same suggestions. And yesterday, you mentioned it, yesterday Primus Hutchinson was attacked by a man who people believe is of unsound mind.
Mm-hmm.
And he was captured. I don't know if I think you said he got away. He was captured by the police.
Oh, he was. Great.
He was.
Great
He
stuff.
was captured by the police. But I can tell you that what somebody on the scene said to me is that this guy pulled out a long knife. In fact, a knife was found in his bag.
Uh-huh.
Right? Now this guy is attacking Primus Hutchinson, saying that he and the Prime Minister owe him money.
Mm-hmm.
In front of government buildings there, the NIC building there, on the waterfront. Now, what is that saying to you? That somehow somebody is latching on to those statements that are being made. And even though people want to argue and say that is not the case, but the statements that are being made can be seen in no other way than being fodder for people to give themselves some justification to take action.
Yeah, and remember he was found in an area where the Prime Minister is frequent, huh?
Well, there you go.
Yeah, yeah.
There you go. So you have to ask yourself again, you have to ask yourself that if this man, by virtue of the statements he made and the actions that he took, that I am putting it to you that some form of psychological assessment will be conducted, psychological assessment or psychological evaluation will be conducted on this individual. Shouldn't that also be the case with the perpetrator of the church invasion at Forest there?
Yep, this is what the public is asking.
Why? And we have those very same people telling you about 2 St. Lucia's.
Yeah.
The irony of it. These very same people talking about 2 St. Lucia's. Town hall meeting for St. Lucians in the diaspora, but it seems like it's only SLP supporters in the diaspora that they're concerned about, or will accept questions for loaded questions that are all contrived to make it seem like they know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm just putting out that out there as food for thought.
Yes.
Because we see it over and over and over again, that the rhetoric, we see the actions, it's encouraging that behavior. We see the actions of people online, the statements that they make, the insinuations that they make about violence in our House of Parliament and everything else, right?
I mean,
people want to play the innocent of anything.
You heard a parliamentarian at the last sitting of the House where something was put out on the social media where the SLP supporters were asked to come down there with cups, with sticks, with their colors, with everything. And the police now had cordoned off the areas in a huge manner. And the parliamentarian is saying something into the effect where the police is not allowing the people to express their freedom and all. Can you believe this nonsense, man? A parliamentarian, you know.
I guess expressing their freedom too with the joker.
Yeah.
The fool who talk about coming up north and blocking the Prime Minister's wife and his mother and prevent them from coming out. And another idiot, idiot in whatever way she referred to it, idiot talking about she'll be there.
I'll be there, yes. Yeah.
Brother, let me tell you something. Shouldn't you expect that the first thing that anybody would say is that this is unlawful?
It is unlawful, and that's what she should have said to you.
But you will say that you will be there. And then, you know, the plausible deniability, because saying that tacitly endorses it.
That's what
Why is it not that the first statement you will make is that this is an unlawful activity that this person will be engaging in?
Yeah.
You sit there like a momo, allowing that crap to be broadcast on the airwaves, and then you will say, I'll be there. Not one thing, not one admonition to anyone to say that any such action is legal, you know, it's unlawful.
Yeah.
That the police will take action if you conduct such activities or anything of the sort.
Nothing of that sort is said.
Somebody saying that they will prevent the Prime Minister's mother and his wife from coming out of their homes to block the area, and an idiot on air saying, I'll be here, and doesn't say anything about it being lawful or unlawful. Nada. Tacit endorsement, that's what I say. Idiot. And I'll say it again.
Yeah. What are our expectations for tonight's show?
Well, I told you today, it's going to be hot.
Yeah.
I'm not giving anything out.
Okay.
It's going to be hot. I said we're going to revisit Cabot.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like I said before, Champagne, I said it to you, the prediction that the usual suspects, those who are in organizations claiming that they speak on behalf of the membership, but with their own agendas, you're going to see them coming out. They have more to come out. Watch and see. There are more to come out. More to come out. Those that write in letters claiming that they're representing their members, and the membership know nothing about what they're writing. Watch for them. Wait for them. They're coming out soon.
All right.
And watch for people agitating for industrial action. Watch for them. You know, there's the saying, what's it from the Bible? By their fruits you shall know them. By their pattern of behavior you shall know them. By the past they shall identify themselves. Have a good day.
All right, my brother. Have a great one. All right, our brother Norbert Williams is going to be on this evening with the program Keeping It Real. And there's a lot to talk about a private jet, about Cabot. I too have something to read a little bit about Cabot. Hello, good morning. Thanks for holding. Hello? Are you there? Good morning. All right, so she's not there. Let's take this one. Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning, Champagne. May say, all morning I've been trying to.
Yes, I know. It's been like that all the time at Sky FM.
Yeah.
Thank you, though. Thank you.
Anyway, let me make my point. Two things. The gentleman, I have odds with you, you know something, because I think when somebody call, and then they begin to talk with such authority, I'm talking about the Adventist man who called from Labrie.
Yeah.
With such authority, you need to let the public know that he needs to identify, not himself, but what is his position.
Well, the
is
thing
he a
is,
lawyer?
Yeah, well, if I had to ask him that, I might have to ask everybody.
No, because of the way, because he said,
yeah,
he said they have no authority Guy Joseph has no authority to make a charge or make, so that means he's a man in position and authority. But he cannot say that because the man budged into the church and he headed straight to Guy.
That's
he
right.
was calling out
his name, yes, exactly.
He was threatening him. Whatever exchange that he had with him, they had to be holding him. So that man should feel threatened by the other man.
Of course, and
so
he has every right to make a report.
He has a right to go to the police and say, listen, that man came to my church, I don't know. And furthermore, the gentleman is a minister.
Exactly, Caller. Exactly.
Which is supposed to be protected by the government.
Amen, Caller. That's right.
I believe that this man from Labrie, he had to make him identify himself. Is he a lawyer? Are you a judge? What's your position? He may not give his name, but he needed to give his position.
Yeah.
That's one. Number two, the Bajan Mister.
Yeah.
I think we need to, this is very serious. We may take it lightly, but I see that's a threat.
It is.
A threat to the Prime Minister and his family. He did not say St. Lucians. He did not say we're going to block so that nobody living up that side will not be able to go to their home. He specifically said
exactly.
His mother,
his
father, his sister. That means that man is threatening the Prime Minister's family.
That's right.
These people need to be protected. So I think that the police need to step up and find out, go a little further. And I'm disappointed with Miss Lionel. I understand she hosts her show and so on.
Yeah.
But, you know, for me, the law is the law. Whether you are a host, whether it's your party or not.
Yeah, exactly.
People respect you. People honor you for standing up for what is right. The gentleman say all what he said. You never said, but you know this is not right. Or have you applied for your permit to do that? There is a permit, you need to do that. If you're going to have a match or some whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
She never said that. And we know, and we have our young people or people listening to these things, and these drive people. That is what happened in America.
And Caller,
let's go to the house. And
that's right.
And people incited.
It's been incited by leaders.
That's right.
Yeah.
So that's you inciting violence.
Yeah. And at the end of it all, she said, "I'll be there."
And she's saying, "I'll be there."
Oh, my goodness.
Instead of saying, "You know what? I think you need to think it over. Oh, what is the plan? What it is that we will be going to do?
What is the reason?"
She never said that.
Yeah.
She just jumped on the bandwagon. I'll be there.
Yeah.
So if he's going to kill the Prime Minister's family, you're going to join him in killing the Prime Minister's family?
She'll be part of it. That is basically what she's saying.
So
she'll be part of it.
She needs to be careful.
Yeah.
People honor people. You see, when I listen to your show, I see people who stand for what is right.
Yes.
So that's the people I will follow. That's the people I will listen to. And so I'm giving Miss Lionel this little advice. Still do what is right. When the gentleman said that, said, "So, do you know we have
it's
permit?
Against the law, and
it's against the law to do just do that. Do you have your permit?"
That's right. Exactly.
Okay, so that's my little.
Well said, caller. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Bye-bye. All right, beautiful. Well said by the caller there. Hello, good morning. Thanks for holding. Hello. Hello, good morning. Good morning to you, caller.
How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for holding.
That's okay. Patience is with you.
Yes.
I will go back again from 97.
Yeah.
When Kenny came into power in St. Lucia, I don't know what he did with the police force. That man did a lot of things with that police force.
A lot of damage.
Based on the interview again with Roman Gill, that man tore our police department apart. Even if right now we changed our commissioner, that commissioner that is in place there right now, his hands are still tied. because there's still a lot of dirty elements inside of the force. There's still a lot of people that are on Kenny Anthony's side, inside of there, because he dismantled that force already. And that is the two systems he went for. He went for the police force and the justice system. Once these two entities are damaging a country, nothing can be done well.
Yeah.
Nothing. That is it. And if these people come into power in St. Lucia again, we're done. We finished.
Yeah, that's a fact, Colin. We'll be in a lot of trouble. A lot.
We will be in a lot of trouble. And what that is hurting me with St. Lucia right now, the lawyers. I'm speaking here and I am feeling a pain in my belly. The lawyers, the judges that are supporting these people, and that these people, they know for a fact these people are doing the wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Law Act. And these people in high society keep on getting away with things. And Kenny Anthony put his people in place to see these things happen. And St. Lucians need to open their eyes. Open your eyes, St. Lucians, to see what is happening. In the time of Sir John, they used to do their things, but Sir John never interfered with the police force. Things was happening. The police could have taken action against anybody not wanting to watch face or party.
Caller?
Keep down in St. Lucia because we are going to be a country with, I don't even know how to say it, how to put it. That gentleman that called it a Bajan man, if he is a Bajan citizen, he should know right from wrong. No Bajan would allow that to happen in the country. Not one. Because they know the constitution, they know what it entails, they know the meaning. They would not go down that line. No Antigua, no Grenada, no Guyanese. Well, none of these people in the region wouldn't be going down that road.
He probably acted upon, he probably said, well, hey, we had a St. Lucian going into Dominica to make statements like that, so maybe I have the right to come to St. Lucia too and make mine. You know, you never know.
But that is the same thing I am telling you. And the Labour Party people know how to speak. They know how to target the weak-minded people. They know. They know. And you can see it behind the face. I am watching that guy on Straight Up when he speaks. You just watch these people in the face and you just try to pull the skin down from their face and you see Satan behind it right away.
Mm-hmm.
They know exactly what they are doing. And that is not healthy for our country.
It is not at all. All right, beautiful.
And we need to step up. We need to step up this election. And I was one that used to say we need an opposition. We do need an opposition. But you see these people out there, we need to eradicate all of them from our system.
Well said, caller. That is the word for them. Thanks a lot.
All righty.
All right, beautiful. Thank you. Eradicate is the word. Thank you very much. Hello, good morning.
Champagne in the morning.
And good morning to you, sir. Well, it's afternoon.
It's just about afternoon now.
Yes,
that's what I was saying.
We have gone into the afternoon, yes.
Very well. Well, I'm going to have my champagne in the afternoon.
That's right. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing pretty well, thank you.
Yes.
I'm just calling in regard to the gentleman who actually came, called earlier in regard to Mr. Joseph. And I really think that people need to take a listen as to what the gentleman was saying. And I don't think that he was saying that individual persons could not bring their own taste to the gentleman.
I'm there. Hello? Hello? Caller, are you still there? Oh boy, I don't want to lose this caller because this was sounding important, very interesting. Hello? Are you there, caller? All right, I think I lost you. Hello? All right, so I lost him. I would love for you to call back, caller, because it was sounding very interesting. Hello, good afternoon. Hello?
Yes, Champagne, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, sir.
I am doing just fine, and how are you doing?
I'm doing good, thank God.
Okay, so I want to make 2 points here. You know, the first one has to do with the Seventh-day Adventist position on the situation in the forest there.
Yes, go ahead.
So what I know, because growing up from the church, what I know is that the church would have preferred not to go to court.
Right.
But that doesn't mean that they don't go to court. Going to court is the last resort if the issue cannot be resolved through the church itself.
Okay.
Okay, so that is, you know, the position that I know. So it's not that they don't go to court. They do not see that as a first priority to go to court, you know.
Yes.
Okay, so we need to get that clear to the public so they understand exactly what the church position is.
Let me ask you, caller, are you an Adventist or were you an Adventist at one time?
I am an Adventist, and I belong to the SDA Church in Monrepo.
Okay.
Yeah, but now that I'm here in the U.S., so I go to the SDA Church in Georgia, in Winder, Georgia.
Okay. All right. Great.
Okay. So the other point I wanted to make here is concerning the issue with the development in Labrie, and I want to specifically talk about the road system, not just in Labrie but also in the whole of St. Lucia.
Yeah.
What I realize is that the governments have allowed, throughout many years, they allowed those people to build the houses so close to the road that there is no room for development as far as road is concerned in those villages, right?
Yeah, that is true.
So what they need to do now, the best solution I see is that they have to make those streets a one-way street instead of having a two-way street, you know? So if they do that, then I think it's going to alleviate a lot of the problems, because I mean I went to Labrie in a funeral the last time I was in St. Lucia, and I tell you it was really chaos out there, you know.
Yes, it is. It's small. It's a very clustered place.
Yeah, but it is not only in Labrie. It is in all the villages in St. Lucia. Everybody have their houses right next to the road. They just want to step out of the house and into the road, and therefore there is no room for development. So the only solution, like I say, is to make a lot of them roads a one-way street, so that way you don't have that congestion when you have to travel in them areas.
Yes, yes. They really, yes, especially Canaries, Labrie, some parts of Ancillary, they just, something needs to be done. Yeah, Micoud to
Micoud as well. All the villages.
Micoud to a lesser extent, because Micoud is a wider village. You understand? It has a little accessibilities of different roads. So to a lesser extent, but it's still the same thing as exactly.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you're talking on the outskirts is better, but in the actual village itself,
yeah,
the roads are very, very narrow. It's a lot of small little roads they have all over the place. And I mean, even in the Grosile area, like I went to some place, I think it's kind of closer to the Pocheju area, and they have some very big houses there, and I could not understand how they can afford to make all these big houses and the road is so narrow, man. What is wrong with these people, you know?
Yeah. Okay, Kuala.
So I guess we are talking about Philip J. Pierre talking about he has only one passport, but with all the traveling that they are doing, are they not seeing what is happening in the developed countries, man? Why can't they get some development into that St. Lucia, you know?
You know, we have this administration are looking into building roads, the road network, and I'm telling you, caller, the next time you come to St. Lucia, I'm not going to guarantee you in the Micoud and Ville and Labrie, But you will see some changes in terms of roads, okay? When you get to the Rodney Bay area, when you get down to Vieux-Fort South, you will see new roads, you will see wide roads. When are you expecting to come home?
Well, actually, I'm thinking of coming down home, but I am going to change my mind from July of this year to maybe July or June of next year.
Okay.
But the other thing too, Champagne, is that I wanted to buy a piece of land in St. Lucia to build my house.
Yeah.
And now my people are from Grosile. My mother is from Grosile. All my families are in Grosile area, right?
Yeah.
And I was thinking of buying a piece of land there, but because of the way I see the amount of time it took me to travel from the Rodney Bay into Castries, man, I just say, nah, I can't deal with that thing. But now I hear you all building the road now.
Yes. So I have some good news for you. I have some good news for you. So you have to reconsider. Try to get that piece of property because the roads are going to be extended. They're going to be widened. They're going to be beautiful. So try to see if you could still get that property because they're a nice piece of expansion. They're putting in 4 lanes up there in the Rodney Bay area. And I'm understanding that is going to continue maybe of next year and the year after that all the way to the Shock roundabout. So maybe you want to reconsider on that.
Well, I'll probably have to buy a second piece because I'm just about closing on a piece of land in Makewood area already.
Oh, okay, all right.
So, but I'll have to consider to buy another piece in the Grosile area.
Okay, do that. Okay.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, thank you very much.
Well, nice talking with you from Georgia, and have a great day, my friend.
Yes, sir. You too.
All right, beautiful. Yes, and we have so many calls coming in for folks over there, the diaspora, all around the world, and we're happy that they could call into Sky FM every single day. So good morning to you, all of our beautiful people in the diaspora. Good morning and good afternoon to you. Hello, good morning, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon, Champion.
How are you doing, sir?
What's up?
I'm good.
Let me get some things clear. Champion, the clip that you played earlier on.
Yeah.
Was Tricia Lionel the host of the program?
Yes, she was the host, the moderator, yes.
Okay, and she was the one to say that she would join the call.
She will be there, yes.
Okay. Now, this is the same Tricia Lionel who invaded
the church.
The UWP.
That's right.
Event in Choiseul.
In Choiseul and at Vieux-Fort North as well.
Exactly. The Conference of Delegates in Choiseul.
Yes.
And at the UWP runoff in Vieux-Fort North.
Vieux-Fort North, yes.
Okay. See, there is a pattern to the things that these people do.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you were telling me, as a host of a program, somebody called the program to make that kind of thing. You should distance yourself from it. And she didn't do that.
No, she did not.
As a matter of fact, she said that she's going to join the person.
Yes.
Okay, now, Champagne, I think there are lessons for, let's say, I can call Sky FM or any radio station, and I could talk any bullshit. I could say anything.
Yeah.
Okay? I hope that when I do call this station, I try to make some sense.
Mm-hmm. You have always done that.
But you cannot stop people from calling any radio station and talking any nonsense and making threats. And that is why you see some radio stations, they have what they call a disclaimer.
Yeah.
To distance themselves, because you never know what a potential caller is going to say. And I think there are lessons for us to learn at Sky FM.
But you know, caller, sorry to interject, someone has said to me that the disclaimer doesn't necessarily work because what is said has already been said. Even if you have a disclaimer, it can still take you to court. Is that a fact?
I don't know about that. But why do you think Timothy has it on his program?
Okay.
Chupa has it on his program? Mm-hmm. Because you don't know what somebody is going to say.
Yeah, exactly.
You understand? Mm-hmm. So I think that there were lessons for us to learn. And it's about time that Sky FM issues pronounce a disclaimer before the program.
Yes, I agree. But if it does work, I agree.
On Tricia Lionel. But that is how these people operate. They want to put fear into people. You know? And who knows, the guy may not even be a Bajan.
Someone said that, but Eli said that. He said that people could speak more Bajan than the Bajans themselves.
Exactly. There's something called acting.
Yeah.
And people could put on an accent.
Uh-huh.
You see, but it's all designed to instill fear into our voters that we do not turn out on vote.
I can impersonate somebody. I can impersonate you, you know.
I know, and I could impersonate me.
Exactly. Yeah.
So this is a call to our listeners and the UWP voters.
Yeah.
In the past, this thing has worked.
It has
worked. They instill fear.
Yes.
And they incite hatred for people not to come out and vote.
Yeah.
But please, I am pleading with our supporters, this election, let us come out in the largest numbers ever. To show these people that we are not going to stand for nonsense in this country.
That's right. That is right.
Let us show them that this thing is not going to work. So the next time they have to come with other tactics. They have to come with something that is better. Come up with policies that is better and not fear and violence.
Yeah. You notice the fear tactics now they're using it more often than ever because they realize everything else has not worked.
Yes.
So now they're using the fear tactic.
That's desperation.
Yeah,
but
it is.
We have the answer in our hands.
Yeah.
The vote.
That's right.
Please, people, come out and vote. Bring people out to vote. People who will say that they are not voting, drag them out.
Yeah.
Let us show them that the numbers, that the silent UWPs that are there, we are going to come out and tell them this is our country.
That's right. That's right.
Anyway, that's my contribution.
All right, beautiful. Thanks a lot, caller. Now, I want to say something on that. For those people who continue to say, oh, my vote, the development of your country is for you. And every single St. Lucian will not be able to get a contract from a politician. Every single St. Lucian will not be able to get a job from a politician. But there's a bigger picture, and that bigger picture is St. Lucia. Vote for your country. Pas vote pour the contract, pas vote pour buy, pas vote for your country. You have your future, your children's future. Good afternoon to you. Hello.
Good morning.
Good afternoon, sir.
Well, good afternoon, rather. Good afternoon, yes, afternoon, yeah. Champion.
Yes, sir.
First thing, that guy with the Bajan accent.
Yeah.
I can tell you one thing for sure. When he made that call, he wasn't in Barbados. He was in another country. I'm not saying that he's a Bajan either. I'll tell you the truth. He's probably a Bajan too because nobody could talk the way he was talking. I listened to it. You played the recording a few times.
Yes.
And I listened very, very carefully. And for one that lived in Barbados, that guy probably went there as a baby or something, or he's a born Bajan. Not one word, not one thing he said. No one thing he said that tells me that he's a St. Lucian or something like that. He probably went there as a baby or before he was 10 years old or something, and he really got the Bajan accent. But nobody copied the accent like that. How that guy got it. That guy, he is in St. Lucia for sure. He's in St. Lucia. He's not in Barbados. Reason why I say he's not in Barbados, if he was in Barbados, police, they'll pick him up already.
Okay.
They'll pick him up. They'll pick him up.
You mean the Bajan police?
Yes, they pick him up.
For making that, hold on. For making that statement regarding St. Lucia?
That guy.
Okay.
Read my lips. He made a statement. He wasn't in St. Lucia. He wasn't in Barbados. He made a statement in St. Lucia or somewhere else, but not in Barbados.
Okay.
For one, I live there, I can tell you that. And Mr. Ellis is right. I told you about that before, Champion, but you don't let listen to Wafat. I told you before, I told St. Lucia before also, there is a Bajan, I don't know if he's dead now. I think it was in his 70s, a born Bajan tried to overthrow the Barbados government, right? And he cannot come back into Barbados under no government. Whether it's Barbados Labour Party, Jamaica Labour Party, okay, what party can get? He's on the stop list. He cannot enter Barbados, and he's a born Bajan, and his name is Sidney Bonnet Aline. I mentioned that to you before, Champion.
Yes, you have.
Let me continue again. And a member of the CSA, a big dog, you call it big dog, a kahuna in the CSA told me last week or 2 weeks before last, said, let me tell you something right now, okay? An SLP guy too, a die-hard SLP, one that's in in the belly of the SLP, told me, was it last week, 2 weeks ago, that the police is on their side, police is on the SLP side. And I just said that to him. He said, listen, guess what? We have the police on our side now.
Mm-hmm. Really?
Okay? He said, yes, he said that to me. Thirdly, let me say this to you all. I don't blame the SLP for doing what they're doing. Because if UWP has for too long, to take a lot of crap from the bullshit from the SLPs. Those guys should be locked up a long time. It happens every day. From Kerry Anthony downwards to that guy, the terrorist guy. What was the terrorist guy name again? Joachim.
I don't know who's terrorist.
What happened to them? Nothing. They know they can do everything and get away with it. They know that. And let me tell you something. Champagne, I am tired of you asking those SLPs to apologize. Apologize for what?
I ask anybody. Who I asked to apologize?
I have heard you ask, said that you haven't heard no apology coming from the SLP. Right? Or different things. I am saying to you, you're going to stop asking for apologies and ask for the resignation.
Well, I've been doing that one.
Sit down. Huh?
I've been asking for resignations a long time.
Yeah, I heard that, but I heard you'll be asking for both.
All right.
But the SLP is an arrogant party. If you're ready for apology, I can tell you something. A dog be ruling solution, they take it for that. You know what I'm saying? You're going to play hardball with these guys. Hardball. The police are supposed to pick up that solution. That solution guy. He's a solution. If you leave the country, and they're supposed to pick up Trisha Level. They're supposed to pick her up. You understand? And that's proven to be. A lot of things the police that those SLPs get away with, tells me that CSA diehard, SLP diehard, tells me that the police is on the SLP side.
All right, Colin.
Believe me or not.
All
Too
right.
much crap goes on down there. Too much crap goes on down there, boy.
All right, beautiful. I don't know about...
So like Solution is a comedy country or something. Huh?
Yeah. All right, buddy.
I asked you a question.
I don't know about the police being on any side, Colin. I don't know that.
I am telling you, I'm saying, I'm going to ask you a question. If somebody from Conway, Marshall, Philasho, Graveyard, had said something about that terrorist guy, Joachim Henry, would he come in there to fight? My answer is no. He will get a good beat down. He will probably be dead. He'll probably be dead. The guy dressed up in a radical suit. They dressed up like a radical. He came in the church like a radical. And has a gun, and you're going to tell me he didn't come to the church with a gun? He was ready for the war. Who goes to war without a gun? Who goes to war without a gun? Especially when they have the gun. They have a gun. Who does that? The police or solution needs to be scrutinized.
All right, Colin. Thanks a lot. I don't want to go. All right, beautiful.
Let me talk, please.
No. I will not allow you to go and talk about police on this side and to be scrutinized. If you call me to tell me something different, we could talk. Okay, my friend? No. I will not allow you to say that on the police. Have a good afternoon, Leonard. I will not do it. I'm sorry. I will not entertain you saying what the police should be scrutinized and all this kind of stuff. I don't want it to make it look like Sky FM is speaking against the police. We have a police show here. The police is not perfect, but the police are doing the best they can. And that stuff about the police is on the SLP side and all that, I don't know about that. Thanks for holding, caller. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
I was looking to be inadvertently cut off.
No, you're not cut off.
I don't know how that happens, but I've been waiting on the line. That's the third time, but I don't know what's with your operation, whether I get cut off when you...
Well, listen, you're not cut off because if I have you online on the phone and this other phone continues to ring, so I just put it off for a little, not off, but I keep you on hold for a little while.
Right, well, it's me calling back. I was about the 4 callers are back.
Oh, yes, great, thank you. Yes.
So I was speaking in regard to the gentleman who made a he actually made three contributions, but people are only harping on one.
Yeah.
In regard to that of Guy Joseph,
yes.
the Minister Guy Joseph, in regard to who can make the complaint. And I was saying people, they have to be able to listen without the necessary bias, and understand that what the gentleman was saying was that the incident in terms of the disturbance can be brought on by the virtual complainant, and for him the understanding of the virtual complainant is that of the church and the organization.
Yeah.
And that is not to say that a person who figure that they have been somewhat grieved or some way or the other cannot bring an individual charge or complaint. But in regard to the disturbance, he was saying that this has to be brought up by the church. The argument that he was also making is that the church operates on a redemptive stance, so they may not be very punitive in terms of going after the gentleman, So they would look to see how it is that they themselves can redeem the situation. The situation.
Yes.
All right, so that's the stance. The other point that he made, which I thought was very good, was in regard to Labrie. A lot of the times, Labrie is referred to as the Republic of Labrie. And I'm figuring that in terms of what he's trying to bring forward is in terms, if there was any community that was supposed to go through self-governance, it would be Labrie. I actually live in Labrie. And there are a number of institutions in Labrie that allow for the people in Labrie to be able to bring themselves forward rather than depending on government. And that structure is there to be able to allow that to happen. And I think that that's the kind of dependence that the caller was trying to bring through in terms of the point that he was making.
So now that you have engaged, I want to ask you a few questions. So what are some of the major developments that the Labrie Cooperative have embarked on where it has been uplifting for the community of Labrie? Just tell us something.
I don't know if I can speak to that. I'm going to tell you something. I'm actually a member of the Labrie Cooperative, right?
Okay.
Now, if I wanted, for example, right now I'm also undertaking a loan to help develop my very business, and I'm saying that that's the kind of initiative that are there in terms of helping persons along. So in my farming and agribusiness, they have gone to the cooperative to be able to help me out. And I'm saying that that's the kind of strength, that's the kind of amenities that are there to be able to help persons develop themselves.
Great.
All right.
I agree.
So that's an initiative.
So now I've heard of the Labrie Cooperative, and I know they are a great cooperative. They have helped their people a lot, and that is a fact. But don't you, as a resident of Labrie, don't you believe that the Labrie residents or the Labrie constituency have not gotten their fair share of development over the years?
Well, again, that would all depends on how we constitute development, because that's the other thing.
So let me say so. Let's take housing in particular. What has happened in housing in Labrie?
Well, again, this again does not have to be something that has to be driven by government. All right, a lot of it are happening through private the private sector. And the policies have to be there to be able to allow that to happen. There are a number of housing developments happening in Labrie itself. Probably not in the village, but on the outskirts of Labrie, there are private initiatives going on there to allow for housing development to take place. There are a number of them happening right now.
What about commercial? The commercial sector?
That is also happening, and I think the caller is actually referring to a building that is right next to the Vellon John building here that's going on there. So there are some of that happening. There's also some renovation taking place with the scene there. So there are some elevations happening there.
A simple construction or simple facility every 10 years, in my estimation, it is not a high level of development. And I agree with, I respect the fact that you from down there, you would know the area better than I do. But look at my area, for instance. I live in Castries East, and the rep there has destroyed this constituency. Destroyed. It's like a bomb was dropped there. Now, when I look at Labrie, I go through the village. Listen to me. One of the warmest people, very nice people, friendly people. Always say good morning. They're nice people. Don't you think that some form, because we depend on tourism, for our livelihoods. About 60-70% of our revenue stream is based on tourism. With all the beautiful beaches and the landscape and everything, don't you believe that Labrie by now should be enjoying the tourism industry by now in regards to a hotel, guest houses, stuff like that?
And there's a lot of that going on in Labrie as well.
Really?
Yes, in regard to hotel development in terms of bread and breakfast, a lot of that is happening. You don't have a big hotel there, but you have a lot of bread and breakfast developments happening there.
Okay.
And I think that is where the development in terms of community village development is supposed to go. And just to and I think that was the point that the caller was making as well.
Yeah.
The very same thing that you are saying about Labrie can be said of so many communities. I'm originally from Choiseul.
Yeah.
All right, if you pass through Choiseul village, it's almost deplorable. You go to Grosile, where I lived at one time. I'm talking about Grosile, the village.
The village, yeah.
In terms of infrastructure and everything else.
Hello? Hello? I think I lost. Hello? Okay, wow. Every time I get an interesting call, we lose it. So for some reason, the caller they probably need to be relocated. All right, Senator, good afternoon to you. It is 12:30, and we have another half hour into the program. I was supposed to read you something about Cabot, but the phones never stop ringing. Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, Champagne, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
I was hoping I wouldn't have to call, but after hearing so many comments, I was moved into calling.
Yes, thank you.
I want to refer to the gentleman who called earlier, who sounded to me as if he were a brother in the Adventist Church. Somebody, I think you or somebody referred to him as a hack.
Well, not me. Someone called and they said...
I wouldn't say, he didn't strike me as a hack. He struck me as...
I never call anyone. I never call anyone anyhow.
Well, let's not get stuck on that. But
yes.
he struck me as a brother from the church.
Yes.
And somebody's a fact. We know how churches handle their business. The Bible tells us, we shouldn't take our brothers in Christ to church, to the law. It's a dare. Not that we can't, but it's a dare we do it. So in other words, if we can avoid it, we should avoid it.
Mm-hmm.
So we know how the church is likely to settle their affairs, and the church has pretty much spoken to that. But what I was disturbed by was the argument he advanced, which I find to be very unsustainable about, now I'm not a lawyer, but when he said there can't be any prosecution, so to speak, or investigation because there is not a virtual complainant. Right. And I just shook my head at that. I did not know that if there is no virtual complainant, there can't be prosecution. You were saying to me, Champagne, if somebody is driving on the road and there's someone walking on the road and they knock that person down, it's a hit and run.
Yeah.
The person dies.
Yeah.
But one of the cameras we have all over the place where to pick up the
car,
footage, the vehicle, the driver can be identified.
Yes.
Who's going to be the virtual complainant?
It has to be the camera. The tape.
No, but I'm saying to you, the person is dead. Nobody can make a complaint. Nobody can file a complaint, right?
That's right.
But as far as we know, Mr. Henry went on a talk show and has admitted that he went to the church.
That's right.
We've also seen video footage of himself and his wife in the church.
Mm-hmm.
And we can hear voices and we could hear what's being said. So I'm saying, why would the church have to be the virtual club? In other words, if the police is driving on the road and they see a crime being committed, they're going to have to wait until somebody complains?
Yeah.
Before they act? They're not going to act because they can see a crime is being committed?
Caller,
there has to be a virtual complainant?
This incident has brought about so many mixed...
I would love for maybe a lawyer to call and say, but I'm saying doesn't make sense or is wrong, but I didn't think that the gentleman was right when he said that if there is no virtual complainant, nothing can happen.
Yeah.
I beg to disagree with that.
I agree. I disagree with myself. Yeah. I disagree with myself.
And by the way, I think he was mostly correct on his point about Labrie.
Mm-hmm.
Labrie has for many years been a constituency that has not really relied on central government. They have done a lot of things on their own, and they have to be given credit for that.
But there are a lot of other communities in that manner.
There are lots of things that the rep could have done. The fact that these people would not accept the Taiwanese money tells you how much they missed out on.
Yes.
But in all fairness, you have to say that Labrie is a model constituency in that they have self-developed to a large extent.
So if I speak to,
as they say, Haitian blanc.
If I speak on average to a Laboranian, like they call the people down there, and I ask them, what is your satisfaction with your community in terms of development, I would get an answer of, we are quite contented, we are happy. Is that what I'm going to get?
Well, I don't know what they're going to tell you, but I am a Laborian. I don't live there, but I am a Laborian.
Yeah.
And I can tell you I know of a lot of things that they have done under their own initiatives.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean to say that they couldn't be way more advanced.
More advanced, yes. All right. Yeah. Thanks a lot, my friend. All right, have a good day. All right, beautiful. All right, St. Lucia, thank you very much for tuning in into Sky FM. We have 12:35. We are going up until 1 o'clock. I do have some birthday greetings and some requests to play maybe at about in the next 10 minutes. So let me say a special good afternoon to you. Hello.
Hey, Mr. Champagne.
Hey. Boy, Inspector, I am one of the most pleased people at this time that you can call into the program. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, I just heard a caller ask some questions about if a vehicle knock. Remember what you said on the show?
We did speak about something similar to that.
If a vehicle kills somebody and you only have a footage,
yes,
the person is dead. The person cannot make a complaint.
That's right.
In cases like that, the police would really state the offense is against the state. The state would represent that deceased person.
Yes.
Use the footage, and you remember what I told you about the camera.
Mm-hmm.
Who's monitoring the camera? Who's coming and say?
That's right, the operator of the camera.
Exactly.
Yes.
The person, the technician, the person who knows the runnings of the camera.
Had to be the one to explain.
Would come to the court and say, well, that camera is positioned that way.
Yes.
The information it relays goes to whatever database.
What date, yes.
He's the one, the technician, he's skilled, he's trained, he's whatever. And that is the good evidence.
Yes.
All right, so, but in terms of complainant, Champagne, if you're the affected party, if Champagne is drunk and is trying to pick a fight with me, and I know I can beat Champagne, and Champagne is coming around and shoving me and I'm walking away, and some other person is observing that, and the person says, "Gassa, beat the man," and I say, "But Champagne is drunk, I won't beat him." I don't need to I will not make a complaint because I believe I'm not threatened by you, Champagne.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, all right, because you're the one, I'm the one you're assaulting, and I'm not taking action. I leave you alone.
Yeah.
But if you struck me down and I am dead, the state would use whatever information, because you're dead. You don't have that choice.
To give any evidence, you're not
to
there.
Come back and make a complaint.
Yes, yes. Now, Mr. Inspector.
But somebody who uses his choice, or it's a matter of choice for him to decide, he's not going to make a complaint. The police have no complainant.
Right.
Because they didn't witness the incident themselves. Okay, now, if I see a man pushing you around, Champagne, and you joking with the man, you're walking away, and I see he continue, he's following you, he's accosting you, because he's drunk and so on. While you might not want action against him, I can arrest him for being disorderly, in public.
Yeah.
Now I am the complainant against him now, because what he's doing it in a public place.
Mm-hmm.
So you see the difference?
Yes. Yes.
So people have to understand that now the police will not come on you, act on your behalf if you yourself are not interested.
Now, I'm going to reserve the Forestier incident for Thursday. We're not going to talk about it right now.
Are you going there again?
No. We're going to go there on Thursday because we had made a lot of people called in, and you remember they were asking about until a report has been submitted, no one could take. You remember that we were going to. Yes. So we're going to leave that alone for Thursday. But I'm going to ask you something. I played a recording about an hour ago.
I didn't. I heard you. I joined late. I heard you speak about it, but I didn't. But any statement made on the media, Champagne, where threats are made or violence is towards somebody is expressed.
Yes.
It's a matter that the police can walk to that person, knock the radio station door, and speak to that person.
Okay, that's what I wanted to ask you.
But we have said that many, many times on the show. Why it's not been done, I don't know, Champagne. I don't work in that area, and I don't know. It should be done.
So let me ask you something. The police department has various units. They are different. There's investigation, there's crime, there's this, there's that. So let's assume you head in investigations, but a traffic officer heard something that he believes investigations should know about. Can that traffic police officer bring it to the attention of the head of intelligence to to have something done about it?
Of course, Champagne.
Because I'm getting the sense, I'm getting the feeling that the arms of the department are not meshing. I don't know if I'm making a good statement, or maybe I shouldn't even make that, because you just said something. You don't know why these things are not happening. So it tells me that maybe information is not disseminated to the various areas.
Probably we don't have that internal connection to pass on the information to the different branches. But if I see a strange vehicle in my area, Champagne, on a morning, as soon as I get to my station, I would inquire if there are any stolen vehicles and so on, and then inform traffic.
Yeah.
So the traffic officers would know I am calling from a station, and they would know, but otherwise I would call the relevant, you know.
I mean, when someone could call into a program, it's just like me here now, and say that and threaten the head of state family members, his wife, his mom, his dad, and that individual was never found or never even brought in for questioning. What are you saying? What is the reason for you making those threats, those statements? It leaves you to wonder what is happening in this country.
Well,
it's just sad.
Well, let me tell you, Champagne, everybody has to do their work, but I can't tell you, but I tell you when it crosses my line, I deal with what comes in on my plate.
Yeah, but then we also have a police department, Inspector.
I agree. Everybody has to do what they have to do.
Because you and I have had several conversations.
My area and go and do somebody else work.
Well, that is true. That is true. But the department, it doesn't say Masha Police Department. It says St. Lucia Police Force. Yeah, and it also doesn't say Canaries Police Force. It says St. Lucia Police Force.
Yeah, but Champagne, there, like I said on the last show, there are questions that you will ask me that I will not answer.
Yeah.
Because the persons who are responsible of it, they don't report to me.
Right, that is true.
But there is somebody that they have to report to.
Yeah.
So ask them that question.
Yeah. You know? Anyway, Mr. Inspector.
Anything that happens in my station, I am in charge here. You can ask me.
Yeah.
But don't ask me for another station where nobody reports to me.
I'm telling you, on Thursday, God willing, we have to talk a lot of what's happening in this country in regards to the politics and where is the police in the middle of the two recognized political parties. What has the police done to calm the storm? We are going to go that way, Mr. Inspector, so be prepared.
No problem.
Be prepared for Thursday.
Anything, man.
All right?
Don't worry.
Are we going to have our full house or is just you? You don't know yet?
I suspect we'll have a full house on Thursday.
All right, great. Yes. All right then.
No problem.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Inspector. All right, that was our Inspector Chico and giving us a little bit of what's going to happen on Thursday. We always do have a program with the police every Thursday, and we urge you to listen in, and because this is very, very important for our country, because we are heading down a road that we should not be heading. A beautiful afternoon to you. Hello.
Mr. Champagne.
Good afternoon.
I'm calling back.
Yes.
Listening to the police officer there, I think our police situation or system, it needs a lot of attention. And for me, when the inspector is coming on Thursday, he needs to haul along the police commissioner.
He should bring the commissioner.
That's right. We need to bring the commissioner or his assistant, somebody who can give us answers, because he works in one station, he don't know what's going on in the rest of St. Lucia.
Yeah.
So I need the person who's ahead, because we have questions. A lot of questions need to be answered.
Yeah. Well, he's listening, and I hope he could probably get the ASP or somebody, or if not the commission.
Somebody along that can answer the questions and that would be able to take action. Because a lot of things are not happening.
Well, he's quite capable of answering the questions, but then...
I know, but then he cannot do nothing.
Yes.
Much.
Yes. I agree with you, caller. If we could get somebody of a higher rank, maybe the ASP or the acting commissioner or something.
All right, thank you.
Yes, beautiful. Thanks a lot. All right, beautiful. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Champagne.
Yes.
The person take that from my mouth, really and truly.
Oh, yeah?
Foster Chico is doing an excellent job.
Yes.
But then I understand it is limited within his reach.
Yes.
However, it is one St. Lucia. We don't have 2, 3, 4. We
That
have
is
one
true.
St. Lucia, one police force.
One police force.
And I understand sometimes how it works. Babu, no, Grosley, you know. But then at the end of the day, this is St. Lucia. We want questions. So whichever department took the report of the situation of the church, we need them. If they're not willing to come, send their spokesperson or something. But we want answers. I am not about first day listening and you will say he doesn't have answer and it's not within his reach.
Yes.
All due respect to him, fine. But then we want answers. So you do your research, get the officers responsible for the situation, and we just want answers.
Yeah, I agree,
Colin. I understand the law, we respect the law, and I like the information that he's bringing all the time. But we just want this case, we want answers to it. So there is a report. We do not know where the report was filed. If we could get whom and where, get information from that police station so we could then give information to the St. Lucian citizens. That's what we want.
Yeah.
But a good job when it comes to highlighting the actual code and the actual act, etc. Fine.
Yes.
But just let's table at this situation and let's get the person that is able to answer the questions of where do we go from here? Will an arrest be made? Will there be whatever? Let us know what is happening on that case. And for now, forget about the law, about the different acts and codes and stuff like that. That's just my opinion.
All right, Colin. Thanks a lot. Well, the inspector, I know he is listening, and it would be nice. I have asked the commissioner, and he has promised to come into the program with us one of these days. He probably does not have the time at this, at this very moment, but one of these days I know the police commissioner will be in studio with us, because our people, members of the public, there's a lot of questions, not just in what's happening, what has happened with the forest incident, or there's a lot of stuff that our people would love to ask questions about in regards to crime and policing and what is happening to our beautiful country in that regard. So one of these days, let's hope we could get the police commissioner or one of the acting police commissioners on Sky FM. All right, St. Lucia, it is 11:45, and another lady called in really, really early, and she wanted to wish her 6-year-old grandson a special happy birthday, and he goes by the name of Carlo Jean-Baptiste. He is turned 6 years today, and his grandma, better known as Martim of Piai, wanted to wish her grandson a special happy birthday, and she requested the one there by the great Stevie Wonder. So happy birthday to you, our little buddy, 6 years old today, Carlo Jean-Baptiste of Piai. Happy birthday to you. All right, we'll get back to that. Let's take this one call and then we'll do it. Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, good day, sir. How are you keeping, young man?
I'm keeping good. What about you?
Yeah, I'm all right, as normal. Brilliant information, brilliant conversation.
Yes.
How's everything?
Everything is good.
But I want to say something, I really want the public to remember that there are a lot of things in every situation, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There is my story, your story, and the truth that the rest might never know.
That's right.
Right. So instead of we try to just castigate and say all kind of crazy things, we could always look into see what is the truth. But the problem we have in our nice small country is very difficult most times to get the truth. So I wish everybody would just be straight and speak the truth, and everybody have a happy day.
All right. Thanks a lot, caller. Beautiful. All right, great. All right, so our lines have been turned off for a little bit because we don't have too much time left on the program, boy. We've been here for the last 4 hours, and we want to extend a special happy birthday to little Carlo Jean-Baptiste down there at Piai, celebrating his 6th birthday today, and his grandma, Martine from Piai, wanted to say happy birthday to her grandson, and happy birthday to all of our Sky FM listeners. Those of you who are on your way celebrating the very special day today, happy birthday from all of us here at Sky FM. May God bless you with peace, joy, happiness, and as always, little something in the bag.
Now it doesn't make much sense. There ought to be love again.
Bienvenue
Gagné à sous Sky FM 93.1 et puis Dr. Sigwe lundi pour vendredi. Ça c'est 4h30 pour 8h au soir. Côté Dr. Sigwe ka encore nous. Côté nous ka discuter qui ça qui ka fait en pays. Nous aussi à sous Facebook et puis channel 115. Ça c'est GVD TV. Join-moi lundi pour vendredi à sous Sky FM 93.1 et puis Dr. Sigwe encore nous.
We're happy that Mr. Birch will be able to serve us to the extent and serve us very well, which I see to myself that's someone that will be able to work for us.
Mr. Birch, I am wishing you the best of luck in the upcoming election. We love you, we are there with you, we are supporting you. And what can I say? I wish the United Workers' Party all the best in that election.
Thank you, Butch. Thank you, my Prime Minister. We all love you.
Yeah.
You have a vision. God give it to you.
Yes.
And you is the best Prime Minister we ever get in St. Lucia.
Yes.
Thank you.
Happy birthday song there by the great Stevie Wonder, and it goes out to a special youngster, 6 years today, Carlos Jean-Baptiste, and his grandma called in to wish him all of God's blessing on his little young life, and we wish him all the best here from all of us here at Sky FM and GVD TV as well. We are partnering with our great vision, that's the name. GVD TV. Happy birthday to you, Carlo, on your special day. May God bless you in your young life. I could live to see many, 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 many more birthdays, and your grandma and all of the family circle wishes you a special day, and always leave a little piece of cake for champagne. I'm going to be passing down in the PI area. All right, a gentleman called me earlier, and he wanted me to play him my introduction song every morning. Again, the song You Are a Child of the Universe by Desiderata. And there it is to my brother Skelly. Always love this one. I'm going to be saying my goodbyes, Sanusha, in just a little bit, maybe in the next 2 or 3 minutes. I want to say thank you very much for tuning in. I wanted to read something out with the National Trust, but unfortunately we did not have all of the time. You know, when we sit here, it's 4 hours of phone calls.
Placidly amid the noise and haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence. As far as possible without surrender, be on good terms with all persons. Speak your truth quietly and clearly, and listen to others, even the dull and ignorant. They too have their story. Avoid loud and aggressive persons. They are vexations to the spirit. If you compare yourself with others, you may become vain and bitter, for always there will be greater and lesser persons than yourself.
You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and stars. You have a right to be here, and whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should.
Enjoy your achievements as well as your plans. Keep interested in your own career. However humble, it is a real possession in the changing fortunes of time. Exercise caution in your business affairs, for the world is full of trickery. But let this not blind you to what virtue there is. Many persons strive for high ideals, and everywhere life is full of heroism. Be yourself. Especially do not feign affection. Neither be cynical about love, for in the face of all aridity and disenchantment, it is as perennial as the grass. Take kindly the counsel of the years, gracefully surrendering the things of youth. Nurture strength of spirit to shield you in sudden misfortune, but do not distress yourself with imaginings. Many fears are born of fatigue and loneliness. Beyond a wholesome discipline, be gentle with yourself.
You are a
child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here. And whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should. Therefore, be at peace with God, whatever you conceive Him to be, and whatever your labors and aspirations in the noisy confusion of life. Keep peace with your soul. With all its sham, drudgery, and broken dreams, it is still a beautiful world. Be careful. Strive to be happy.
You are a child of the universe.
A child of the universe we are, and it says strive to be happy. It is still a beautiful world, regardless all of what is happening around you. The great God created us a beautiful world, and this song of my buddy Brother Skelly wanted me to play this one for him, and I hope you enjoy this one. So I want to say thank you very much for tuning in into the program here from earlier 6 o'clock this morning, when the man Brother Norbert Williams was here with the program Keeping It Real Radio edition, and then I am here from 9 o'clock. As a matter of fact, I got started at about 8:30 this morning, and I'm here until 1 o'clock, and I have to say my goodbyes because you know the stomach is growling now. Thank you very much for all of the calls. We were unable to play certain songs. We just played you just those two requested songs. We're happy when you call us at Sky FM. This is what keeps us alive. This is what keeps us going. We are circulated around our phone lines, and we thank you very, very much for always calling in. We do appreciate it. We give you all of the appreciation for calling into the program. It tells us that you're listening and you have a choice of radio. But we're happy that you've chosen Sky FM to be your favorite radio station. I'm going to be back here this evening with the program Keeping It Real Television Edition. That's going to be on channel 117 Hot TV, but simulcast right here. So I have to be here in studio to bring you the radio part of that program tonight. And Brother Norbert has promises it's going to be hot as it has always been. This afternoon, the man Dr. Sigrid is going to be here from 4:30 up until about 8 o'clock, and he's going to be here with Brother Herod. So, St. Lucia, we love you, and until this evening, when I'm going to be back here, I want you to have a great, great, great afternoon. Enjoy your beautiful lunch, your delicious lunch, and thank you for tuning in into Sky FM. Thank you very much. I will talk to you a little later, and tomorrow morning, don't forget, Sir Michael, Mr. Peter Josie will be in studio when we will be talking to the two generals. Thank you, and have a great afternoon. We love you from Sky FM. Bye. Hello, welcome to the program Champagne in the Morning with yours truly, your favorite guy, Champagne. Join me here every morning from 8 a.m. until 12 noon. We also live on GVD channel 115 and live stream on the internet. Join me as we discuss all of the current events of our beautiful country and around the world. You too could get into the program by calling in 456-0931 or 485-0931. Thank you for tuning in. Join me 8 a.m. to 12 noon.
Bienvenue à sous Sky FM 93.1 et puis Dr. Sigwe lundi pour vendredi. Ça c'est 4h30 pour 8h au soir. Côté Dr. Sigwe ka encore nous. Côté nous ka discuter qui ça qui ka fait en pays. Nous aussi à sous Facebook et puis channel 115. Ça c'est GVD TV. Join-moi lundi pour vendredi à sous Sky FM 93.1 et puis Dr. Sigwe en commun nous.